Hello everyone and welcome to another Meme Stock Meltdown stream. How's everyone doing? Hoping you're having a good Friday as much as you can. Probably not if you work at Game Informer, or I guess used to, but we'll be getting into that. So welcome everyone. How you doing? We have even more meme stock nonsense to take a look at, and Ryan Cohen has ruined even more people's lives. Luckily, he's being sued by the ghost of Bed Bath & Beyond, which of course we'll get into. Marantz did another video in which he goes on the street and shills like a fool for a company he doesn't even work for, and more. So it should be good. Welcome. Hope everyone's doing well. I see we're on a hype train, 50% to level 2. Thank you. All of that's appreciated. Couldn't do the show without it. So to get my little calls to action out of the way, on YouTube, memberships and super chats are always appreciated. On Twitch, bits, subs, tips, all of these things are great. We are working our way to our third costume month. We're almost a third of the way to our $1,000 goal. We only have like 9 days or so left in costume month, so that'll be done soon. So if you'd like to keep the costumes going as well as getting another new costume, use the tip link, the tip command. So alright, let's see what's going on in the chats. Yeah, Game Informer was still a thing until now, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Max Power Switch, thanks for 32 months. Frizia, thanks for 48 months, says 4 years of Hannah awesomeness, much appreciated, thanks for the Hanniversary. Ashley One Up, thanks for gifting a sub and kicking off the hype train. Lucas Dawn with 38 months says, hello Hannah, hello everyone, hello to you as well. Unstable Deadbeat, thanks for gifting 5 tier 1 subs. Nemesaur Kolboth gifts 10 tier 1 subs. Incredible, thank you. Horax, how you doing? Welcome. Yeah, today's been a crazy day for meme stock news. Level 4 complete. 73% to level 5 thanks to all those wonderful gift subs. Courtesy of Nemesaur, Unstable Deadbeat, Ashley One Up. Thank you. Alright. So while that's going, we can probably get into it. Let's see what we're going to cover first. Maybe something shorter. So for those that didn't see, Ryan Cohen is a full-on Trump supporter. I mean, he was before, presumably, but he's open about it now. And a lot of the GME people are pretty upset. But anyway, one of the things he's been doing in terms of shit posting is he discovered the one joke. He changed his pronouns to she, her, and changed his profile picture to a woman, implying he's trans. He's not, to my knowledge, but he's acting like it because he thinks it's funny. PP, of the PP Show fame, thinks he cracked the code. This isn't just Ryan Cohen shit posting because he's a wannabe Elon Musk transphobe piece of shit. Gotta be a secret code. Toxaholic, thanks for gifting 5 tier 1 subs, and Trey says, but Hannah, he's affiliated. Oh, that counts then. That's fine. 47% to level 6. Let's check out PP's nonsense.
Cohen, basically, let me pull this up right here. So as you guys know, Ryan Cohen is now identifying as she, her, hers in his bio, and also a female profile pic. Now, here's the fucking deal, man, okay? I don't think that Ryan Cohen is intentionally or anything like that trying to offend anyone, right? In terms of like pronouns.
He's definitely not trying to offend trans people, except he totally is, because he also did some racist tweets recently, so that's fun. He's just shit posting like an asshole.
Things like that.
Yeah, he posted another tweet that was basically Kamala versus Trump, and it was a mocha coffee and an Americano. The implication being racial in nature. So, that's not great.
I really don't think that is it, because if you read this, okay, she, her, hers, it sounds...
Anyone who hasn't heard his justification, what do you think his justification for this she, her, hers thing is? And don't lie if you already know, because that's no fun. Why would you ruin it for yourself? Why would you ruin it for everyone? What's the secret code? Can you come up with bullshit just like PP? Can you be as abjectly insane in your rhetoric as the PP Show? What do you think his justification is for this? Anyone? Anyone? Audience? Ashley One Up says, what are the odds that Ryan has cracked his egg? Probably better odds that Bed Bath & Beyond will make these guys millionaires. Okay, none of you got it, but let's see what he says. I know the answer.
Sounds like shares. shares. Now, anyone, right, in terms of like pronouns, things like that, I really don't think that is it. Because if you read this, okay, she, her, hers, it sounds like shares, doesn't it?
Not really. If I'm being honest, I don't think it does, peeps.
So in bio, it kind of like, to me at least, it basically is saying shares. Okay. I don't know if he's alluding to maybe, you know, because again, if you look at some of these like whale option moves in terms of the option chain, you're not seeing a lot of activity, right? You're seeing a little bit 60K bets being placed here and there. You know, we don't really know who it is. And coming from, you know, with DFV specifically.
No, of course no one would ever get it because it's nonsense.
You know, he was kind of dumping a lot of money into these options when we kind of saw him move on these. So I don't know if maybe he's alluding to shares. Now, the other thing is that he is pictured as a woman. If you ask me, you know, for the longest time, we've always assumed that we're most likely going to get some type of like baby shares or things like that. So to be honest with you, like I do think the woman.
Why would you even want shares in baby? It's doing badly. For those that don't know, when Bed Bath & Beyond shut down and was selling its assets to pay back its creditors, they sold the Bye Bye Baby, one of their sub-brands, named to someone else. And they opened like 12 stores. And in the last year, some of them have already closed. It's not going well. I actually feel bad for those people because they were doing their best. They just wanted to try and get this brand and start their own stores. They've been doing badly because the brand isn't that valuable. They overpaid for it, quite honestly. 51% to level 6 with 30 seconds on the hype train. Let me read some of these messages. Amber says, I know you specifically know Hannah, but speaking of shitty corpos, Game Informer shuttered its site and replaced all of its article links with closure notice. Yes, Game Informer is owned by GameStop. Game Informer is owned by GameStop, and Ryan Cohen shut it down, which in fairness, print magazines haven't been doing well for like at least a decade. So I understand that. But the problem is, they shut it down immediately and none of the employees knew until like 30 minutes beforehand, which is bullshit. Total bullshit, disgusting behavior on the management's part. They basically were informed when it was publicly tweeted, some of them. The site is locked out, and basically decades of people's journalism is just lost because no longer you can access the site. Awful. Awful stuff. Anyway, continuing with that message. Game Informer was at its height hugely influential, all that's gone now. Decades of journalism, people's entire careers, hundreds, maybe thousands of articles, corporations are erasing so much, and I know it's just gaming, but it's a problem. No, I agree. I loved Game Informer when I was a kid, and I understand, like I said, print media isn't what it used to be, but those should have been archived. Those should have been put somewhere, at least downloaded for people to get in the Internet Archive or something. Messed up. H-Baird says, according to Jesse Waters, voting for a woman will trans you, so maybe he's just acknowledging he voted for Hillary. But Nikagami says, I'll be back later. Shark has returned and is debating Xander Hall over why Zan was wrong to say Biden shouldn't drop out. Oh, interesting. And then Catalina Gearbox says, Hannah, I mazed this. Use it if you'd like. I assume that's supposed to be made. Is that that's a man, woman, or Karen restroom sign? All right, thank you.
Thing is that he's going to be giving birth to
Thank you for that hype train, everyone, by the way.
Now, I could be wrong. Some people are interpreting as maybe it's like Moas, you know, mother of all short squeezes. It could be interpreted as both, right? But I'm curious your guys' thoughts on what the hell is going on here with
He's shit posting badly.
Ryan Cohen, CEO of
It's not that deep.
GameStop. Let's hear it tonight. Michael and then Travis would love to hear your opinions.
Jesus, I can't believe that there's still an audience for that show. It's been abject nonsense for I don't even know how long, since the inception of the program, and there's still people giving him money. At least when I say abject nonsense, it's intentional. Anyway, here's someone saying, I'm furious about the end of Game Informer. It was an incredible 33-year run, and then GameStop pumps out the phony, empty farewell message. I'd bet money it was written by AI. Fuck you, GameStop, and a huge fuck you to Ryan Cohen. Here's another tweet. Someone says, there are still people on staff who don't know what's happening yet. There's a tweet that someone higher up posted spilling the news. I'll have some stuff to say later today, but yes, everyone at Game Informer was laid off about an hour ago. Really shitty. My thoughts go out to everyone who worked at Game Informer. Genuinely sorry that you were mistreated the way that you were. You did not deserve that whatsoever. I really enjoyed the magazine throughout the years. I remember, like, I would frame some of the covers that I'd like, and I had them on my walls as a teenager. I remember I had the Assassin's Creed 2, like, debut cover on my wall. I had Batman Arkham City cover on my wall, framed, because I'm classy. But anyway, very, very sad that people got screwed over once again by rich assholes. Surprise. What about Bob? Thanks for 39 months. Much appreciated. Alright, let's take a look at what Marantz has been up to before we get into the lawsuit stuff. Marantz is once again on the street shilling for GameStop to random unsuspecting families. I will say this. It seems like he took the criticism seriously from the first shilling video, and he's no longer acting like he's affiliated with GameStop. Don't get me wrong, he has an affiliate link, in the same way that anyone can go get an affiliate link if they fill out the GameStop forms on their website. But he doesn't work for them, and he's much clearer about it in this video. So, well, I think he's more legally compliant here. Not a lawyer, not a judge, just wear a costume on the internet. But it seems probably safer the way he's doing it. It is still incredibly embarrassing, though. So let's go ahead and take a look at Marantz going out on the street, trying to convince people to buy GameStop stuff. Great. J. Rodimus, thanks for a 3-stream streak, says, I remember the Destiny 1 cover story, how I learned about the game. I also remember reading about Undertale and Doom 2016.
Marantz. I'm about to go on an aerial tramway. It's like the largest in America. And I'm very nervous because I am a GameStop investor. Remember, I drive with 2 hands on the steering wheel, seatbelt on, I take all precautions. And right now, I don't know if these cables are going to be able to hold me up. I'll see you in a bit. Peace.
Carrying that many bags would weigh you down.
Yeah, we're on top of the mountain. All right, we're here in Palm Springs, California, at the top of the tram.
Sure are.
Welcome back to Marantz. Marantz, plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. I have this young man, your name, sir?
Peter, we're loving life.
You're loving life up here?
Absolutely.
Now, Peter, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir. Anything.
What do you know about the company GameStop?
You know, I know that they've gone through their ups and downs. Some people made money, some people lost money, but it's volatile. It's here and there.
So we're talking about the stock, but what about the actual company, like shopping?
Why do you even care about the company, Marantz? You care about the stock price. It's not like the fundamentals actually matter to the price of the stock.
What do they sell? What do they do? Do you know anything
Video
about
games.
it?
Yeah,
Video
my
games.
kids.
Most
Yeah,
of our money goes there.
Yeah, exactly.
They're the last stop for many Funko Pops before they hit the landfills.
We spent a lot of money there.
Okay, and
Jason Proxy with a 7-stream streak says, not sure if that would be considered financial advice, but it's definitely at least skirting the line.
I'm with you, so watch. I'm going to give you guys a free gift.
Yeah, this is an automatic program he's using for the captions, so it probably gets stuff wrong and it's obnoxious.
We're up here, okay? I'm not a problem. But it's because I'm going to show you something that GameStop does other than...
What's wrong with having captions where you see a whole sentence at once? What is this shit? I have ADHD and even I'm annoyed by this.
...and just video games.
Gotcha.
Okay? So GameStop, and I just told some of the crew out here, they actually sell iPhones, okay, TVs.
I've seen.
But right now they start...
Okay, so does Best Buy. Why wouldn't I go somewhere else? Why would I go to a video game store to buy a phone? That doesn't make any sense.
...started doing, back into it, baseball cards and football cards.
Oh, this is their new thing. They're selling graded memorabilia. So they're selling graded sports cards and Pokemon cards, trading cards, basically. Which, you know, that's a thing. But I don't know how much business that's gonna drive. I think most people do shopping for those kind of things either at conventions, specialty gaming shops that are local, or the internet. I don't know if I want to go to GameStop for a graded Charizard.
Very nice.
Okay?
Good.
Basketball cards, Pokemon cards, you name it. Now, I don't know who your favorite player is. I don't know anything about it. But
Gotcha.
there's 2 of you guys, and I'm reaching in my pocket. Okay?
All right.
Doesn't matter what I pull out, it's yours. And there you go. There's a Raider rookie card and a Ben Simmons rookie
I
card.
love it.
By the way, Marantz has, at one point he was up like, what was it, 6% on his investment in GameStop, and that was when the price was higher than it is now, so he's probably at a loss. And now he's also giving people, like, memorabilia cards? How much money has he lost on spending money giving people shit when he doesn't even work for the company? You know what I mean? Like, presumably, he spent money on this himself that he is giving to people in the hopes that they will shop at GameStop. Could be wrong. If they're giving him stuff to give to people, great. Just seems like he's doing it, and I don't get why you would want to do that. That's going to cut into your investment and not going to help their bottom line at all.
They're all worth more than
I have to take my meds right now. I apologize.
$5. They're gonna love them. There you go, Ben
Thank
Shepard
you,
rookie
guys.
card. Another
Invest.
invest in the GameStop. That's what they say.
Absolutely.
I didn't say it. I don't give out financial advice.
Nope.
You guys know the deal. All right, thanks again, guys. Have a blessed day.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys.
God bless you. Wish you guys all the best and keep following my brother
Keep
right
going
here.
up.
You guys, you know, GameStop, who Marantz definitely works for and isn't just a person on the internet trying to get you to go shop at a store he doesn't work for.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. All right, guys, we got the real deal. Now, I got one guy off camera. He's not ready. This man's ready, all right?
What does that even mean?
So, here, I have one question. I told you I got one question.
Yes, sir.
This kid is epic. He actually questions why Marantz is doing this, which, you know, good question.
What do you know about GameStop?
It's a company.
That's an answer. There you go. So, what do you think they sell? I'm just curious.
Well, I was in there one time.
One time?
Yes, sir.
So, you don't play video games?
Not
Or?
at all.
Marantz, when people play video games these days, they download shit. What doesn't he understand? People who play video games mostly download them. 80% of video game purchases are digital now. This kid probably plays plenty of games. He doesn't need to go to the goddamn store to do it. How hard is this to understand?
That's perfect. What do you do? Like hobby? What's your hobby?
So like when I'm on TikTok,
Sure. Oh, you're a TikTok.
I just brain rot.
Wow. You just like...
I love young people.
I'm
They're so funny.
scrolling,
I just brain rot.
scrolling,
The
scrolling.
whole time, 4 hours.
That is awesome.
4 hours.
So this
What's
man's
up?
this guy. He likes to go on TikTok and do what he calls brain rot.
Brain rot, sir.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So
What
you're.
else are you supposed to do?
I don't know, but let me tell you something about GameStop, just so that we're clear, okay? Not only do they sell video games,
Sure.
right? You go to the website, they do PSA graded cards and collectibles, Pokemon cards, Magic cards, everything. I'm gonna give you, because you and your buddy here, I reached into my pocket, random. Okay?
Are you a game? Why are
Here
you
you
a
go.
GameStop salesman right now?
I'm not. Here it is.
Why are you supporting GameStop like
Why
this?
wouldn't I?
This goddamn wonderful Zoomer's like, this is weird. Why is this old guy shilling a company he doesn't work for? This is insanity.
I'll tell you why right now in a minute. Grab these cards, they're yours.
sure.
Shohei Ohtani and Giannis. You can show them what I'm giving you
I
because
got
they're
you.
worth money.
Worth money right here.
You know what it is. Now,
Worth money. Look at him.
you know you asked the right question. Why am I
All right, I'm gonna go sell these to GameStop. Thanks.
Why are you
talking about GameStop? Okay.
gassing up GameStop?
I'm an investor in GameStop.
There you
Okay.
go.
And there's a lot of us. There's millions of us.
Sure. Man.
And we believe in the company. It's the only company in America, and I would tell you, mid-cap S&P 400 that actually has a CEO that works for free. He doesn't get paid a single dollar.
Right.
Doesn't even get paid in shares.
Sure.
So when they're working for free, they're working for me. That's why I'm invested. So I like the company. It's the most American-born thing I can do. So
GameStop. Huh?
now every day.
GameStop.
Yeah, appreciate it. Say it
I
one
saw
more
there
time.
was a GameStop.
There you go.
I saw there was a Pikachu plushie in there though.
Yeah, there is.
That's pretty sick.
Oh, so you're down with Pikachu?
Pikachu plushies are dope.
You down with
I
Pokemon?
fuck with Pokemon, man.
Oh, bro. Then that's GameStop all day.
Nah, hold on. There's other stores you could go to though.
Okay, I'm curious.
True. Probably cheaper.
on.
Really?
Yes, sir.
What? I'm just curious. What are they?
Well, they're like card stores.
Right, but GameStop's a card store.
They're not. They're a game store that happens to now sell cards.
It's GameStop.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. You got to go to the website.
What's their slogan?
They don't have a slogan.
Yes,
Power
they
to
do.
the power to the players.
Power to the players.
This kid's going places. Don't know where, but places.
Power to the creators. That's what
That's
it really
him.
is. Okay,
That's
that's
him.
me.
This is the creator
And
right here.
hey, I like this guy. What's your name?
Josh.
Josh. Hey, Josh. 4 letters. Game.
That's right.
4 letters.
What's your name?
Stop. 4 letters. Marantz. Marantz.
That's a special name, right?
And my other name is True. Okay, let's speak the truth. Appreciate you.
That was a bar.
There we go.
That was a,
Thanks, guys.
That was a bar.
All right, so guys, still up here on the mountain, Palm Springs, aerial tramway. This is Arthur.
Yeah.
Arthur. So, Arthur, you're from Sweden.
Yep, correct.
And I don't know anything about Sweden. Do you have mountains like this?
Not real mountains like this, but we have mountains.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I have
Normal human discussion. So where you live, do you got any mountains? You guys know where the bats are?
a YouTube channel, and I ask questions of people. And my question I'm going to ask you, and I'll give you a free gift when we're done.
Is this Wall Street shirt considered peacocking?
Yeah.
But the question is, do you know what GameStop is?
Yeah,
What is it to you? What do you? I'm just curious.
it's like a store where you can buy some games.
Sure.
I guess. Yeah.
That's-
Nothing, and like I think of the stock also.
Oh, you think about
Yeah.
what do you know about the stock? I'm curious.
Just that it was very volatile for a while, and yeah, it was interesting to follow.
You didn't buy any?
I think I actually did,
Wow.
but just some small amounts.
And you sold?
Yeah.
Oh, how dare you!
Well, he probably actually made money, unlike Marantz.
So I'm a huge investor in
All right.
GameStop, or I'm a supporter of the company as well.
All right.
But so we're out here promoting GameStop in a way where we're telling people just how great it is.
All right.
And so it's a company still,
Mhm.
and not bankrupt,
No.
right?
We did it! We're not bankrupt! Where's my $1 billion? Where are my tendies? We're not bankrupt!
It's $4 billion worth of cash now. Just last month it was $1 billion. They raised $3 billion last month.
Who did they raise that money from, Marantz? Where did they get that money? Was it you guys? Did you give them a bunch of money? What are they gonna do with the money? Where's the forward guidance, Marantz? What is GameStop gonna do in the future other than keep bleeding?
And they don't have any debt.
All right.
There's no debt. So it's one of the best companies not in the S&P 500. Soon will be. So we just got to invest that way. But are you aware that they sell graded collectibles now?
No.
So like,
Does Marantz understand that that's a very niche market? Like, you can't just go out to people on the street and be like, hey everyone, GameStop has graded memorabilia! Like, that's a niche market even amongst collectors. Like, I'm a collector of plenty of things. Like, you guys know I'm a big collector of, like, Blu-rays and DVDs. This is, like, a big portion of my collection. I like weird VHS tapes. But, like, as far as grading goes, there are companies that grade stuff like this, though they're actual scum. And one actually went out of business recently, which is great, because fuck people who do VHS grading. Genuine trash. Anyway, beside the point, not gonna get into my hyperfixation. It's not a broad appeal thing. If you want to get to people who are into graded memorabilia, you need to go on forums or, like, cons where people care about that kind of thing. You need to go where people with those special interests are. You can't just go up to random people and assume they care. 1 in probably 300 people at best gives a shit about graded, like, Pokemon or sports cards. It's a great hobby, don't get me wrong. I have nothing against the hobby. I'm just saying it's niche, just like my hobby's niche, you know? It would be like me going out and being like, hey everyone, did you know GameStop sells Blu-rays? Like, no one gives a shit outside of a very specific subset of people. The opportunity cost of going and doing this is foolish. Wasn't Marantz in marketing? Shouldn't he know this? Why is he doing this?
Pokemon cards, Magic cards,
All right.
baseball cards, football cards.
All right.
Those
Old
gr-
ones. Or...
Yeah, the graded collectibles
All right.
are now PSA 8, 9, and 10. They sell them,
All right.
and people are
Ashrind, thanks for a 5-stream streak, says, the wise man on the mountain top greeted to returning supplicant thus, I'm not buying fucking GameStop stock. I told you last time, dog. Go home. Find a better investment plan.
collecting them because they hold their value. It's like artwork.
Yeah.
It holds value over time. It's inflationary.
Theoretically, you can't guarantee that. Collectible prices go up and down depending on not only the kind of collectible and what the market for that collectible is like, but on the micro level, the individual card, whatever it is, might fluctuate in price. If it's sports, depending on the future career of the person that it is, or just name recognition as time goes on. Certainly there are, like, A-list people, like you have a Babe Ruth card or something. Of course, it's going to be worth a ton of money, but by and large, most cards aren't that. They're going to be moderately, priced, and their fluctuations are going to go up and down depending on the player or whatever's going on with the legacy of that team. It just doesn't make sense to be like, oh yeah, this will hold its value. Maybe? Maybe not.
So then you still get your value out of it, 10 years later. So it's just an asset that they start.
Does Marantz not understand that people who collect things usually collect them because they like them, not in order to hold some sort of value? Because let me give you an example, right? Sometimes I get very silly collectible things. For instance, here is a 4K copy of the movie Kathy's Curse from Severin. And this is a silly collectible because just like in the movie, if I can get it to work, this is kind of finicky. The eyes are supposed to light up. Maybe it already died. You dicks. There it is. One of the eyes is going. I actually got a refund on some of this because the manufacturing on these is iffy at best. Come on. Anyway, one of the eyes lights up is all you need to goddamn know about it. The other eye's supposed to light up too. No, it's not about periods. She gets possessed. It's the whole thing. Anyway, I got this because I think it's cool. I got this because I like the movie and the packaging is fun. I didn't buy it because I hope in 15 years I can sell it for more money. And I think that's by and large what collectors want, is to have the thing. People on top of that who expect to make money, speculators in collectible markets, are assholes. They're basically just scalpers. They fucking suck. And Marantz seems to be of the opinion that everyone feels that way. Like, he doesn't understand that the market itself isn't scalpers. The market is people who just want the stuff. But he's talking to all these people like they're speculators. It's very strange. Anyway, check out Kathy's Curse. It's a fun Exorcist ripoff. And the little kid swears a lot. And it's fun to listen to kids swear sometimes. She calls someone a fat whore. Which I relate to, as a fat whore myself. MSTB89 with 37 months says, I'm putting all my money in tulip bulbs this year. I'm gonna be rich. Woohoo!
Start selling now.
I've heard terrible things about the new Twitch app. I haven't actually updated it yet, so I'm dreading that.
Oh, and it's a new business model. So,
All right. What are you taking permission for every?
well, here's what I'm doing. I'm giving away free cards of
You have
this.
the limited edition steelbook of Criterion Memento. Ooh, that's a good one. I actually don't think I have Memento still. I'm hoping it comes out on 4K sometime.
So,
Okay.
so I'm going to give you this memento as you're up here on the mountain.
Speaking of Memento,
Let's go ahead and give you 3 of them. I don't mind. Chet Holmgren, a rookie card by Jalen Phillips, and another baseball card there.
All right.
There you go. Those are cards that GameStop sells. So we're just going to keep promoting it that way, all the way to Sweden, guys. Okay? Thank you so much for your time.
Take care.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Listen up, kids. I know.
ooh, boomer moment, boomer moment, boomer moment. Go box. Sounds like cereal. Probably packing material. Someone sent a P.O. box thing. Let's open this randomly. You know what? I'll do this after the video.
You don't know what this is. This is a payphone, okay? You actually load it up. You put quarters in here. Back in the day, if you had no money, you just hit 0 and you call somebody collect. Yeah, there you go. History lesson. What are your names, guys?
I mean, there was a 1-800 call collect number. 0 was for the operator, but I think you could ask the operator to call collect, so whatever.
My name's Amy.
My name's Eli.
Eli and Amy. Easy names. 3 letters apiece. I'm going to tell you, you guys remember when this was easy to use? Anybody know what this is?
It's payphone.
There we go. And what do you dial to call anyone if you didn't have any money?
Yeah, Carrot Top did some commercials for, the collect calls.
That's a good question.
Sorry, this is in my head now. Goddamn Carrot Top, he lives in my dreams.
All right, nothing but girl. Sorry. Well, I guess I'm not going to the NBA All-Star Shootout anytime soon. but you could. That's because the more collect calls you make with 1-800-CALLATT, the more chances you have to enter or win a trip or two to NBA All-Star 2003 in Atlanta. 6 winners will be paired with 6 NBA players in the 1-800-CALL-ATT shootout. If your NBA player wins the shootout, you win $50,000. So just keep using 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect calls, and you might just have a shot. You are so beautiful. I think I just double-dribbled.
Oh. Anyway.
I don't know.
Like a default line, like you don't need to like.
You guys are great. You dial 0 to call collect. This is the world I live in, okay, guys? Don't worry. I'm okay. I'm a lot older than I look, apparently. With the backwards hat is giving it away. Hey, check this out, guys. Okay, so we're YouTubers, right? We're a YouTube channel. We talk about the stock market. That's one thing. We talk about GameStop. You guys know anything about GameStop?
I remember seeing the news when people started buying GameStop. I remember hearing just sort of like the initial stories of just like people that were getting together on Reddit and were kind of like organizing things. I remember there being a lot of sort of like pushback from people that were like buying the stock with people that were higher up, knowing that they were like sort of like when people were buying into GameStop, they were saying trading the market. I want to say in some way, this is not my like.
Yeah, it's like a collective group, right? So if we all get together and we all get in a back room, we all agree to do something. Now we're manipulating markets, right? But
I mean, are you admitting that you're part of a group intentionally trying to manipulate the stock price to enrich yourselves? Because that's certainly a strategy. H-Baird says, when I was a kid, we'd use the 2-second collect call recording they gave you to say your name to send a whole message. So if I needed my mom to pick me up from something, I'd just say, it's me, come pick me up, and we didn't have to pay for the call. Yeah, I've heard that before.
But if you've known Wall Street and you've known bankers and institutions and the way they talk in the back rooms of cigar rooms or speakeasies, they've been doing.
Marantz, what experience are you claiming to have in which you're claiming to have been in the back rooms of these meeting rooms? You work at Costco, which there's nothing wrong with that. Costco's a great company. I think it's a good company to work for. I'd work for Costco if I had the opportunity. Like, I don't think that's a bad job to have at all. He's in management at Costco. I'm sure he gets paid pretty well for his time. So why are you wasting your time on this shit? Why are you acting like you're an expert on stocks?
Doing this for decades. Just so happens that the stock market is now transparent online. Everyone has a form to go to, right? So
even if he cares about stocks, I think he should focus on Costco stock. It'd probably be better off for him because it's a solid company with a good business model.
Wall Street Bets, right? You can go to Wall Street Bets subreddit. Go to the homepage, Wall Street Bets. Little flex right here. My picture's on.
Found it what? Oh, thank you. Gory Bible deaths. That's incredible. Thank you. Broha Blast is here, and he was at the thrift store today, and he found me a book that's not so nice Bible stories, gory deaths. So it's apparently a bunch of gory deaths from the Bible. That's a good get. Illustrations? Hell yeah, there are illustrations. Can I show that? I don't know. That's a good one. Oh, hell yeah, that's a decapitation. Alright, I'll look at that later. Yeah, that's probably Patreon stream material. Have I seen the new Deadpool yet? I watched it last night. I enjoyed it, but it was basically a big cameo fest. It's fine. I don't know if I'll watch it again. But it was fun for what it was. Weak plot, mostly just jokes. It's a Deadpool movie. What do you expect? But I would say I also watched Deadpool 1 and 2 yesterday as like sort of a marathon. 1 and 2 still felt like complete movies that would be fine to watch on their own. Deadpool 3 doesn't feel like a full plot of a movie. It feels like an excuse for Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman to just fuck around, which is fine. Again, I was entertained. I just don't know if I'll watch it again like I would Deadpool 1 or 2. Fun cameos, funny jokes, no plot. Anyway.
On the homepage.
And yes, no spoilers. Don't spoil anyone. As long when a movie's like anything under a month at least, I try not to spoil.
Wall Street Bets.
Okay.
So you'll see it there on the banner. I got a space helmet on. It doesn't look like me, but it's me. Whatever. We're going to the moon. That's why we're there. Hey, but no. But before we get there, Eli, here's the thing, and Amy, not to tell you guys anything else. So everybody knows about GameStop, the investment. all over the news. But are you aware of the company at all? Do you know anything about the company?
Beyond like just
what do they sell? What do they sell?
Oh, like just games.
Games.
Games, consoles.
Games, right?
Was it porn without plot? Kinda. You see Hugh Jackman's abs at the end, and like, goddamn, that dude's cut. Like, he's older, but holy shit. I don't know if they touched him up or what, but fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, so consoles, games, apparel, collectibles, right? Accessories, premium computer components, cell phones, televisions, drones, segways, baseball cards.
Yeah, as we all know, it's great for a business to just scatter-brained, not specialize in anything, just throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. Do you want a TV? We'll sell you a TV. You want a drone? How about Pokemon cards? Please come in and spend money. No one will buy our Funko Pops.
Football cards, basketball cards, Pokemon cards, Magic cards, PSA graded cards, right? So PSA graded collectibles are sold at GameStop. To show you what they sell, just because you're talking to me today. Here's some cards, just an identity of what they are. There's some rookie cards there, some other stuff, just so you guys can remind you to get to GameStop. And I tell you, there's more to it. I'm going to give away a whole lot to the kids downstairs and everywhere around the world. But I tell you guys, entertain the thought of shopping at GameStop. I don't work for GameStop. I'm a huge supporter of the company and the investment. The investment, you know why I'm so supportive? Because they have a CEO who
because you want to shill it, and if other people buy in, you think you'll make more money.
works for free.
Or any money.
He doesn't take a single dollar of compensation. His name's Ryan Cohen. He's Canadian, okay? And he's a smart man. He's the largest independent holder of Apple
He's not that smart.
shares in the world. So he's got $3 billion worth of
Man, you should probably just buy into Apple then, because that's what he's doing. So you should probably just buy Apple stock, because it'll actually probably go up over time.
Apple shares, $1 billion on
I don't get it. I don't like Apple products, but a lot of people do.
GameStop, and he works for free. No compensation. I'm talking not even shares. No one in America does that. He's the CEO and chairman of the board.
He has many, many shares that he picked up at a very low price, and through dilution, he's increasing the floor price because the actual cash value of the stock, I think right now, is around $10 per share. So, like, he's getting enriched from this, and I imagine he'll try to exit at some point. But whatever.
Next up on that whole front is they have $4 billion worth of cash and zero debt. So they're a profitable company. They're never going out of business.
Oh yeah, Reggie left GameStop. He was only there for like a year before he left. That very much felt like a consulting role that existed mostly to get headlines that said he was working with them. I don't know how much materially he actually lent to the company whatsoever. Hydrate. Can do. H-Bird said, on the plus side, this and a couple of Swedish guys have a weird story to tell their friends. True. Altered Undying says, hey Hannah, me and a friend have a project we're working on for Halloween. I was wondering if I can share the proof of concept episode template with you. You don't have to look at it on stream. Just proud of my editing. Okay. I will take a look in a little bit. Let me put the thing there. And I'll take a look after stream. Thank you for sharing.
Business. And I say the word never because I'm not going to let them go out of business, right? But
does Marantz think that's within his power?
Just know that. I'm out here telling people about GameStop, so I'm happy to do it. And thank you guys for talking to me up here on the mountain. Appreciate it, guys. And you guys have a great evening, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
Take care. Hey, guys, just real quick, I want to give a special shout out to...
Oh, God, we're only 11 minutes into this 30-minute video. Why is this eternal? Why is this my punishment? What did I do?
Costco, you guys are familiar with the brand. If you're not, it's called BeTheHoss.com. They actually provided me with all the clothing for this, and I'm happy because it's keeping me warm with the pants. Additionally, if you
I'm sorry, he has a clothing sponsorship now? Does he have sponsored content on this? Marantz, if you were sponsored, you're supposed to put sponsored content somewhere in this. That's the law, by the way. So I don't know if I'm just missing it, but you're supposed to label your videos as sponsored if they are.
Go to the website, BeTheHoss.com. You type into the actual discount code, type in GameStop.
I see Truth Social's trying to go streaming. No.
You get 50% off of all apparel. So shout them out, guys. See them out. They don't pay me for this promo. I do this completely free, guys. But
okay. I guess that's not a sponsorship then. If they give you just a product to try. I'm not sure the legality on that.
They're worth the attention because they're in the GameStop ecosystem. They invest in the GameStop, so I invest into them. Thank you guys so much. Let's have a blessed day. Hi guys, we're still at the top of the tram. I'm out of breath because I had to walk downhill, not all the way down to the bottom, but I walked downhill a little bit. But I found this crew here, and I'm gonna ask them the one question that I've asked everybody tonight.
Did he smear Vaseline on his lens before this shot? Why does it look like this?
What do you guys know about the store GameStop? What do you know about GameStop?
I just know they sell games and that their stock prices and markets kind of crashed.
That's my
Good one, kid.
guy. That's my guy. What do you know?
Why did Marantz say, that's my guy? He said the stock crashed. H-Beard says, Marantz, if you want to shill, I have some advice. The link. If you're good at something, never do it for free. Can't play the clip. Keep getting copyrighted.
Just that they sell games.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of like merch from shows and stuff. That's
Merch.
cool.
I like that.
I know about the Reddit stock story.
The Reddit stock story. So the Reddit stock story is everything on Wall Street, right? We love that.
He knocked, this isn't a big deal, I don't know why this tickles me, but he tried to set down his Diet Coke and he knocked it over. I know this is me being obsessive. I am fully admitting that this is a weird thing for me to care about, but he unsuccessfully set his Coke on the ground.
Stock story.
The Reddit stock story. So the Reddit stock story is everything on Wall Street, right? We love that
That's impressive.
story. In addition to that, just so that we're clear, GameStop, they sell video games. They sell, the brand new thing that they're selling now is what they call graded collectibles.
Is Marantz familiar with the concept of an opportunity cost? You'd think he would have to, being that he's an adult who's been working for decades, and he claims he was in advertising, and now he's a manager at Costco. It just feels like the opportunity cost of shilling to all these people in person doesn't really make sense when he already has a YouTube channel that he could just be using this time to work on getting it to more people. This feels very inefficient, I guess is what I'm saying, and I know that he is filming this and putting it out, but I don't know if this content pulls more people into his channel either? I don't know.
So they actually sell Pokemon cards, PSA graded cards, Magic cards, baseball cards, football cards, all of the above.
It is a sponsor? Okay.
Okay, so we want to make people aware of that. By doing that, I don't work for GameStop, but I give away a lot of free things I get there. So here you go. Here you go, random cards. Now these are all worth anywhere up to $10 each. But you guys can go that.
Wow, a $10 card that I'm not going to do anything with because $10 isn't enough for me to go sell it somewhere, so that's going to go in my drawer. I'll find it in 10 years and be like, oh yeah, that weird guy gave me this.
Route. And I just want to say thank you guys for knowing about GameStop and knowing about the subreddit battle, right? But here's the deal. It's still going on. It's still a great company. I don't want people to know that. That's it. I'm invested. I love GameStop.
CE Glass 48 says graded collectibles, so GameStop is just a worse version of a local comic shop. Oh yeah, and everyone wants to have the margins of a local comic shop because they're all doing great.
And that's why I do this. Out of labor
Will GameStop buy it? I think so.
of love. Nobody pays me for this, I promise you. You guys have a great night.
That's weirder. You know that's weirder, right?
Thank you.
Why would you edit this in like this?
I know what you did.
As someone who grew up in an incredibly flat place, literally the town I grew up near was called a valley, like because it's in a valley, everything is flat. Like everything all day. I didn't see mountains. It was just farm fields as far as the eye can see. Mountainous regions give me anxiety. This is scary. The ground just goes up and down? The fuck is that about? That's unnecessary. Stop it.
So check it out. We're here, Palm Springs. It's getting kind of cool now. It was hot earlier, but I just came down from the mountain. We're up there. Hey, but I just want to ask a question. Who here shops at GameStop? Anybody? You sure?
Your dad does.
Are you guys just playing with me? All right. What do we do? We play video games?
Yeah.
What do we have? We have PS5, PS4?
PS1.
You have PS4. What do you have?
I use her.
So you have PS4. Okay, remember that, okay?
GameCube.
What do you guys have?
We got old school GameCube.
GameCube. I don't have GameCube games today, but I'm going to tell you what. So you guys do shop at GameStop. That's first thing.
God damn, a GameCube is like 20 years old at this point. Might as well said they had a Super Nintendo.
What can you
I feel old.
tell me? Can anybody tell me what GameStop sells? Anybody?
Oh god, a GameCube now is older than Super Nintendo was when I was a kid and GameCube came out. Oh god.
One item. Video games. You know what else they sell? Game card. You know what else they sell? Watch this. This month. No.
This is hilarious. You know what kids love when you're talking about video games? You know what kids love? Graded collectibles.
I'm gonna show you something. Brand new. Okay. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do it this way. GameStop sells, and this is a book. They now sell graded collectibles.
Yeah, kids' favorite, graded collectibles. I'm gonna bring us to camera B for a second. We're gonna go full screen so I can point this out. Marantz. Children do not care about graded collectibles. They are children. They like toys and games and candy and fun activities. They do not care about graded collectibles. What are you doing, and why do you think you are a marketing genius when you have no idea what your audience is? This is absurd.
Football cards, baseball cards, everything, right? Now watch this. You like basketball? Nothing? Okay, whoever likes basketball, here's what we're gonna do. And I'm not even playing with you. For your husband, there's a full page.
Wow.
There's all these cards are worth something. I'm not even playing with you guys.
Thank you.
Here you
I'm
go.
not even playing. Here's some cards. Okay. H-Bird says he should give each of them a Superman 64 cartridge. Actually, that game's not called Superman 64, it's called Superman... There's a subtitle for it. Colloquially known as Superman 64. Not what it's actually called.
Oh, I'm gonna give it to the adults here. So there's some rookie cards on there, some stuff, all free. I'm not even joking.
The Wii just missed the deadline for being old enough to vote? Oh, I don't like that. Just reminds me when I was a kid, there was a gag on Angry Video Game Nerd where it was supposed to take place in the future, and the retro game was a Wii game. And that was the joke because, oh, can you imagine when the Wii is retro? And we're there. And I'm still here. And so is James. And we've both rotted terribly.
Okay. Now, all that is at GameStop, okay, guys? Now, for the kids, we're not going to do the football cards and baseball cards. What we're going to do, you said PS4. We're going to go PS4.
Mom, I'm tired. Make the man stop.
Let's get you a game that you might want to play. There's a Madden game. Back up. This is going to be a word quiz, okay? Now, because you guys don't have...
You got an Xbox.
You got an Xbox? There's a game here called Pharaohs you guys can have for free, okay? Now, young ladies.
I've not heard of Pharaohs. That sounds like it sucks.
Old school Sega.
I don't have anything else on that, but I've got this for you, okay? I'm not gonna, for the parents. These are the ones that are worth something, okay? GameStop sells graded collectibles from now on, okay, guys?
Wow.
So here's a...
Again, I will repeat this. Graded collectibles are a very specific market. Broad marketing to random families is not how you want to market graded collectibles. You need to specifically target people who are already interested in such a thing, because that's a niche market. He worked, I believe Marantz told me once he worked in marketing, and I am so confused as to how he had that job when he's doing this.
Amen rookie card, right there, Amen Thompson rookie card.
Didn't I already do this video? No! He's done it again. This is the second time he's gone out and done this.
Thank you guys so much. It's all free. Yes, ma'am. I'm going to give everything away at some point tonight. So for you, young lady,
Right? Yes, he should be at conventions. Like, if he went to a convention and was telling people who were there, like, hey, they have collectibles of all sorts, they have graded Pokemon cards, that would make sense, and it would be less cringe, because people are at, you know, cons doing marketing things anyway. Like, it might be to the point where I wouldn't even do a video on it, because it would be like, okay, yeah, sure, he's doing this thing. It's weird that he doesn't work for the company, but it would be less cringe. This is confusing. It's not just that it's cringe, it's that it makes no sense at all. Rat Gorilla, thanks for following.
There's a rookie card right there for one of the linemen for the Pittsburgh Steelers. How you guys doing?
I just noticed the dog. Worth it. We got to see a dog.
What do you guys know about GameStop?
GameStop, everything else is selling games.
They sell games? What else do they sell?
I don't know if they're streaming, but I know that they were shorting them and the whole flip around Wall Street.
Do you know what this is?
Bitcoin.
Okay, these are currency cards, yeah. Cryptocurrency cards.
Oh.
You've taken cryptocurrency, which claims to in part be efficient because of its digital nature, and you've put it on physical cards. I am so tired.
Okay.
These cards are $30 a pack. All right, do you see this card right here?
That seems like a waste of money. I think I'll keep my normal money instead of this fake money you want me to buy on these trading cards.
This card
they probably have QR codes.
Right here? This card right here. 105 of 149. There's only 149 in the world. This card's worth over.
Okay, who wants them? Does that matter? I could take a shit and, like, shape it like a dog and be like, this is 1 of 1. This is the only shit dog in the world. It doesn't matter if it's just rare. It needs to be something people want.
Over $100.
Right on. Oh, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Enjoy. It's from GameStop, okay?
Awesome.
Good job, guys. No problem. Follow the YouTube channel if you guys can. You guys will love it, okay?
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem. All right, guys. So we're in Palm Springs. Here's the plan, okay? I know that we were giving away gift cards to GameStop last month. This month, we're bringing GameStop to the people. So what did I do? I bought over $3,000 worth of baseball cards, football cards, cryptocurrency cards, and video games. I brought them their own video games.
He has $20,000 in GameStop and he spent $3,000 on cards as an advertising expense for a company he doesn't work for? The math on that is not ideal. The math on that is not ideal, Marantz. What does he think the return on that investment is going to be? Overthought says, idea, create a line of collectible cards that are inspired by meme stock bros, collect PP, Marantz, ABC, etc. Instead of sports stats, they have stats about how much money they've lost or their or their write-ons per hour. I'm not saying he is, but I'm hoping he's lying about them being worth $3,000. Because if he spent $3,000 on those as a marketing expense, holy crap. Holy crap.
And more cards. We're going to be giving away PSA graded cards, like the Wimbyambi rookie card, PSA 10. We'll be giving away Michael Jordan.
It's dumber. The cards aren't even cryptocurrency. They're for crypto fanboys. Are we sure this is the same thing? Let's see. Cardsmiths. Currency Series 1 Trading Cards 2-pack Collector's Box. $30. Series 1 trading cards depict influential persons, memes, artifacts, and forms of money. Rare foil variants, such as our proprietary gemstone refractor. Ooh, and with PayPal, you can pay with just 4 interest-free payments of $7.50 for our cryptocurrency trading cards. When did everything become fake? When did everything become a fake version of another thing that's real in theory? What's up with that? Weird.
PSA 9, 1991 card. We're giving away everything. Pokemon cards too. Thanks again, guys. Let's have a good night. Let's go. You're gonna get a free gift, I promise. Okay, everybody. Alrighty. So I got a family here. Okay, we tracked them down. Question of the night. You guys ready?
Okay.
What is?
No, he hasn't told us yet. So
No, I have not told you the
no idea
question.
what's coming.
No.
Okay. Boxers. Okay.
That's close. That's close. Okay. What is GameStop?
Like games, like video game company.
That's close. Okay. What else?
Yeah, like a store that sells games and stuff to do with games.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I do know that a significant part of their business is actually pre-owned games. I'm not a gamer, but I know that.
It used to be.
It
used to be the part of their business that made money and made them a successful business, and then everything's gone digital, and now they're failing. They're doing poorly.
GameStop before all the madness happened.
So he's a securities analyst.
He is.
Okay,
Yes.
and he doesn't follow it any longer.
I haven't talked to him about it any longer because it's in the context of some stuff that happened a while back.
So
we
I'll
don't need to get into.
It's okay.
Yeah.
3 years ago,
Okay.
analysts stopped covering GameStop.
Interesting.
3 years ago, Wall Street won't cover it anymore. Okay.
Nothing. I mean, they covered it recently when the Roaring Kitty stuff happened, but nothing else interesting has happened, so why would they cover it?
And the reason why only Wedbush Securities covers it, because they're short the stock. But I'll leave that for another day, Michael Packer. Now, here's the deal, okay? GameStop's still a viable investment. They're a great company. They sell video games, right? But
why are you talking to the young women or girls? Like, I don't even think they look old enough to buy stock. Why are you shilling to them? What are you doing?
they do more than that. And that's what we're doing out here. I'm bringing light to what else they sell. They started selling graded collectibles. That means PSA graded baseball cards, football cards, Pokemon cards, all the above. It's another revenue stream. Additionally, they have zero debt, over $4 billion cash. It's just as much cash as Home Depot. It's a monster company that no one knows about. I'm trying to tell you, they operate off of zero debt and they actually make a profit. So the company's great to invest in. That's what I talk about on my YouTube channel. But with that, we're going to give you a free gift.
Does he understand that there's such a thing as healthy debt for a company? Like, does he understand that as a company, right now probably isn't a great time to acquire new debt because interest rates are high, but like, right now, for instance, Apple has a decent amount of debt that they acquired when interest rates were lower, and they have enough cash that they could hypothetically pay it off right now, but they're not, because it's not an unhealthy thing as a business to carry a low-interest debt balance that you could use that money for other things while you also keep cash on hand. I don't understand his understanding of business. Benekagami says, I have returned. The debate went well. Shark made his case being, thank God people bully that old man into quitting. Hopefully Xander Hall will take it in stride. Tellurian Katrin says, hi Hannah, can't stay long, but I wanted to share with you the highlight of my day. I found a brand new The Last Generation chick tract outside of my post office. My shriek of Harold Penisman drew a lot of surprise, and I had to show people how unhinged that tract is. Here's some bits. That's a good one. That's probably my favorite one. That's really out there.
For hanging out, okay? Do you guys have any gaming systems or anything?
No, we
No? Perfect. We're not. I'm not worried about that. So what should I do? Should I
All
do
right, pivot, Marantz, pivot.
a page apiece? A page apiece, right? Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. This is very valuable stuff. Okay? These are all bought at Game.
Marantz, just because you spent money on it doesn't make it valuable. Fun fact. You should have learned that by now based on the stock price.
Now, there's tons of rookie cards in here. There's other stuff in here, but I'm going to take you to a particular page, okay? The reason why I'm going to take you to the page is because it has a card on there worth over $100. And I'm not joking. I'm looking. There it is. There it is. Look at this. You can zoom in on this, okay? Now, these are all the Bob Ross cryptocurrency cards, okay?
Oh my god, he's giving the cryptocurrency cards.
This card right here, it says right there, 137 of 149. There's only 149 in the world of this card.
Again, but no one wants them, so who cares?
Cryptocurrency card, that's $30 a pack. Only 5 cards come per pack. And
let me look. Let me go on eBay right now and see what those cryptocurrency cards are selling for, if anything. Crypto trading cards. How do you find sold? There's got to be ones. There's a way to look at stuff that's already sold, because people can put stuff up, and that doesn't mean that they're actually sold. Where do you go? Fine. Sold items. There we go. Let's see. Sealed packs. The last one that sold that was a sealed pack from Series 1 was $90. Let's see, this one was sold, it's a single card for $33. This one's $10. This one's $2.99. This one's $2.99. This one's $2.99. This one's $2.99. Seems like most of them are selling for $3. The vast majority. There's a few higher ones up top, and then it's like $3. So that's good. Ultimate Undying says, I'm reminded of working in a comic book store in the early 2000s. We should have like 5 copies of the same comic for a number 1 for a series that would never finish. They just all had different covers.
we got it. So here's what
that was coming out of the period of the speculation boom for comics. It's really unfortunate. Sad period.
I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give
Interesting period. Not good for the industry overall, though.
all this free. Let me put this down. Because I'm giving everything away that I ever bought at GameStop. That's over $100, $200, $300 page right there. I'm going to give you an additional page. 1 page for each of you. Now, this page is near and dear to my heart. This is Attack of the Killer Clowns. All right, guys, so here we are. This is...
Why did he cut there? That was the most interesting part of the video. Marantz, do you want to come on and talk about the Killer Clowns from Outer Space? Because I like that movie. I have a Killer Clowns from Outer Space holographic sticker on my computer. I like Killer Clowns. Let's talk about Killer Clowns, Marantz.
Frank, maybe you guys know...
Isn't it nice having a hobby that isn't about making money and is just like about things you enjoy? So relaxing.
From the channel. He calls in time to time. He's the man. Frank, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing, Marantz?
I'm happy I actually got to meet you, brother. You look damn good. You know,
Thanks,
you're put together.
Yourself.
I'm not, you know, I'm not as big. You know, I'm a little bigger. I'm just thicker frame right now. But it's hot out here.
You can see the cheekbones even more in person.
Operation Cheekbones. Frank knows about it. I just want to say thank you. I just want to say thank you for continued support of the channel. You see me giving away free stuff out here. I'm grinding. We've been going for about the last 3 hours, walking up and down and up on the mountain. So I just want to say thanks for Frank for showing up. A lot of people show up from time to time. We just had another guy up the street who watches the channel, so it works out pretty well. Thanks, guys, for all the support. Just like Frank, thanks again, guys.
Peace.
Peace. All right, guys, I'm here with Michael Jackson. I'm going to ask him if he knows anything about GameStop. What do you know about GameStop, Michael?
Well, at least I love GTA.
Okay, it's coming out soon.
GTA, some new stuff that I know. And
well, since you moonwalk, okay, just understand that GameStop, the stock, is going to the moon. So in theory, you're gonna be walking right along with us. So we really appreciate you, brother.
Yeah.
So guess what? Here's the thing. GameStop gives away, well, not gives away. They sell PSA graded cards. Okay. They sell football cards, baseball cards, and because you stopped and talked to us.
Does he assume everyone knows what the PSA is?
I'm going to give you a free gift. Okay. There you go.
All right.
Rookie
From context clues, I can assume it's the #1 association that grades, like, trading cards or at least sports cards. That's fine. But other people don't know what that is necessarily.
Of some kind. I don't know who it was, but it's a lot of money. There you go.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
You're welcome.
We're going to dance our way out of here, all right?
Sure.
Peace.
I feel like that Michael Jackson impersonator was underutilized.
Well, guys, listen. I had to eat, So ate dinner, now we're back to giving away free stuff. So we got a family here. Can I get names, please?
Cindy.
Cindy.
Andre.
Andre.
Jalen.
Jalen. Mike. So I got the whole crew here. I'm gonna ask you guys. Do you guys shop at GameStop?
No, not really.
What in the world? What in the world are we doing? All right. So look at.
They're probably buying games digitally like most people. Again, it's like 80% of games are sold digitally. That's most of them. It's not even close. It's not even like it's like, oh, 52% versus 48. It's 80%, and the number increases every quarter.
Yeah, I don't work for GameStop, right? But I love the company, and I support it so much that instead of you having to go to the store, I'm going to bring it to you. You guys have any idea what GameStop actually sells?
Yeah.
Yes. What do they sell, guys? Go.
Sell games.
Video games.
PlayStation.
Fortnite? You like that? Okay, listen to me. I'll tell you what else they sell. They actually also sell Segways. They sell cell phones. They sell TV.
I think by Segway he means hoverboards. Those aren't even trendy anymore, are they? I feel like I don't see hoverboards anymore. There was a period from like 2014 to like 2018 where you would see people out on hoverboards. And now you just don't see it anymore.
They actually sell graded collectibles. That means video game or baseball cards, football cards, Pokemon cards. You guys know Pokemon? You guys big on Pokemon?
Yes.
All right. Kind of. You want to start getting it? Because watch, I'm going to teach you something.
Saw a kid using one today. All right.
Tonight. Okay. So watch what we're going to do. Because are you guys brothers?
Yeah.
All right. We're going to do something just for hanging out with me. We're going to give you a free gift. Okay. Now in the box. Don't look in the box. Okay. But in here, I'm going to give you this. This is a Pokemon battle deck. Okay. Let me put this on my neck. Can you hold that for me? Don't worry, we're good enough. This is a Pokemon battle deck, okay? So that's a microphone. You're good. So you're gonna get one. And what this does is, you're gonna get one too, sir. So what this can allow you guys to do is to play the game with each other. It has the rules and it has all the Pokemon cards to go with it. In addition to that, okay, just because you guys got that, I'm gonna give you this pack here. Now this pack,
I feel like you need to give one to the little kid too. Like, if it was like a baby, sure, no, but the kid in the stroller is big enough to know that the other kids are getting something, so I feel like as a parent, Marantz should know that he should probably give the little kid something too, or else there's gonna be like a whole issue. And I get that it's not his kid, but you're handing out stuff to the siblings, that kid's gonna feel really left out if she doesn't get something, even if it's not something big, because she doesn't care about the value of it, still feel like you should give her something. Again, I'm not a parent and Marantz is. It feels like he should know this.
pack is additional Pokemon cards, okay? And I'll take the microphone right here. Can I get the microphone? I'll take the microphone. So I want you to do, Mom, I want you to open that up. There's a way to open on the back side. Like that. There you go. So all those Pokemon cards are additional cards they get to keep. Not to mention this card right here. This is an actual collectible card from GameStop, okay? It's an actual patch of the player.
Benigami says it's Pokemon, not Pokemon, damn it.
Playing in the game. It's a rookie card of Clayton Tune. This is worth something, okay? You hang on to this. But the Pokemon cards, enjoy them, guys. It's all gifts from the channel. It's we just promote GameStop. That's why we do it. Now, as far as the investment goes, guys, do you guys know anything about GameStop, the investment? You ever hear about it on the Wall Street?
The meme, yeah.
Meme stock, right?
Yeah.
Don't call it that anymore, guys. Don't do it.
Don't call it a meme stock. What it is. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years.
Well, hey, really appreciate you guys. Enjoy the gifts, okay, guys? Save soul over here. The rest of the crew said no. I got 4 bystanders. They're like, hell no. What's your name, brother?
Jose.
Jose. So Jose's right here. I got a question for you, Jose, tonight. Here's the question. What is GameStop?
GameStop, like the...
Marantz should Pokemon go to his broker and unload his stock.
Like
Pokemon go to the poorhouse.
The market of like all the games?
Sure, yeah.
Oh, like I guess like the actual games where you get games.
Guys, it's not a trivia question. What I'm saying is, you buy video games at GameStop, right?
Yes.
Okay, how often do you shop there?
It's been a while.
We got to change that, brother.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Okay, so here's what we're doing tonight. I'm a big GameStop supporter, okay? I Wall Street, I invest in the stock, I do my thing, but instead of you having to go there, I bring it to you.
Oh,
okay. So here's what we're going to do tonight. GameStop sells baseball cards, football cards, basketball cards. They sell all of that. So you're aware of it all, right?
Yeah.
You got a favorite basketball player? Appreciate you, brother.
I say LeBron James.
LeBron James? He said LeBron James.
Yeah.
So you think I got a LeBron James card?
Yeah.
You tell me.
Yeah, I think you do. I mean,
I don't know. Did you like Michael Jordan?
Yeah, I like.
Let's do Michael Jordan, okay? Listen to me, guys.
Why did you ask then?
This is a PSA graded number 9. This is rated 9. That means mint. PSA 9 mint.
Okay, is the card worth anything?
Michael Jordan card.
Because I could have a random Spider-Man comic that's rated at 10. And all in the plastic and everything from the official grading association, but if it's just some random-ass issue, doesn't mean it's worth anything.
Google this right now on eBay. All right, I'm gonna let you know how much it's worth. This was from GameStop. GameStop sells graded collectibles on GameStop.com. Don't sell it, brother.
All right.
Okay?
Yeah.
This is a PSA graded 9 Michael Jordan card. It's yours.
Oh, thank you.
Thank me later, babe.
Thank you so much.
Marantz on YouTube. Keep shopping at GameStop, guys. Appreciate you, babe. I try to tell them to get a free gift. They don't listen to me. All right, take care. All right, guys, listen up.
We're almost done with this, folks, and then we'll get on to the lawsuit.
Cool now. So I'm here with 3 young ladies. Look amazing. How you guys doing? So, where you guys from?
I'm from Miami, Florida.
Damn.
Mississippi.
Oh, she can handle it.
I'm from Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
What does that even fucking mean?
So they can handle the heat. This is no problem because over there it's humid as hell. It's gross.
Yeah.
Feels like you took a shower when you walk outside. We know all about it. Now listen, I used to live in Savannah, Georgia, so I know what it's all about. Anyway, welcome to Palm Springs, where it's hot as hell for no damn reason. All right, so here we go. We have a YouTube channel. We come out here and we support GameStop, the investment. But I want to ask you, what do you know about GameStop, the store? You know anything?
You get your video games from there.
Video games.
That part. Controllers.
And controllers and accessories. Okay.
Yeah.
Who shops at GameStop?
The boys.
The boys? Hey.
Yeah.
Well, let's get the girls down there. Let's figure that part out. But I'll tell you what we're going to do. Because GameStop doesn't only sell video games. Right now, they also sell baseball cards, football cards, basketball cards, Pokemon cards. I've been giving away cards all damn day. I just gave that kid a Michael Jordan card over there. Let's see what we give you guys tonight, though, okay? So I'm going to give you guys free stuff tonight.
Okay,
Hold on.
free.
Hold on. I ain't even going to look. I'm not going to look. I'm just going to grab.
Steph Curry.
Oh, you like Steph Curry?
I do. He's my favorite basketball player.
Oh, you didn't have to tell me that. Because, no, you didn't say it was Kevin Durant.
No, we don't like Kevin Durant.
No, you said Steph Curry, right?
Right.
You want to hold that mic?
Sure. I am Lashar. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's closer to the 40 than the 70K as a proxy. Alton Undying says, cheese, I want an endorsement in Parmesan. Yeah, those who didn't see, there's an Olympic athlete who's being sponsored by a Parmesan Reggiano company. And it's incredible. And this is every goal and dream I've ever had for myself. Having a photo shoot, selling Parmesan cheese. God damn. She's living the dream. She really is.
Y'all.
And who is this?
I don't have my glasses on.
Why won't anyone photograph me sitting atop multiple expensive, luxurious cheeses?
That's Steph! Oh my gosh, that's Steph Curry!
On the dominance card, this is bought at GameStop, guys.
Hey,
this is one of 19.
Thank
cards
you.
worth money.
Thank you.
Guys, listen. Anything you guys want. I'm trying to tell you. She's trying to get a free ride home. I'm trying to tell you. No. Hey, enjoy the gift. It is GameStop. You guys know the way it works. Ladies, I appreciate you guys. Hey,
You gotta share the gift.
well, here's the thing. Nah. Here. Take the whole handful. I'm good at everything. I don't care. You got everything. Ladies, enjoy. They got a lot in there. Appreciate you guys. All right, we'll get at you. Appreciate you guys. Get home safe.
Remember, my name's Lashar. Look me up.
Lashar.
Don't say that, Jimmy G. Tea Time. Not cool to comment on people's looks.
Lashar, she got the good hair. All right. Ready? All right, guys. So I'm right here with
Edward.
Edward, he's a tall ass dude. Look at this man, he's tall. Listen, I asked Edward if he plays video games. He already told me he doesn't. Okay, we're gonna change that in a little bit. So here's the deal, Edward. You know the store GameStop?
Yeah.
They don't just sell video games. You know what else they sell? Watch this.
Didn't even give him time to answer. H-Beard says if he ends up running into the Hawk Twa girl, it'll be the greatest crossover of all time.
Now I'm gonna make it.
I don't even get why that got big. He literally just talked about spitting on a cock. I don't get it. I don't get virality. Whatever.
Worth your while, okay? I wouldn't stop you for nothing. Your mom's been a nice lady. See this card right here? That's Victor Wembanyama. Okay, everybody knows who he is. He's the newest rookie out there in the NBA. This is a PSA graded 10 card, mint. That means it's worth a couple $100 if you hang on to it. Okay, a couple thousand if you wait on it. if he ends up being amazing as he is. See the PSA 10 up there? That means that card's worth everything they tell you it's not. It's yours. You don't have to do anything for it. This is GameStop. I'm trying to tell people what it is. We're promoting it the right way. I'll bring GameStop to the streets instead of you have to go to it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're a man of few words. You didn't want to say anything? All right, he's got a good smile. He's a good kid. We'll see you tomorrow at GameStop. All right, be easy, baby. Let's go. Well, this is the brave soul of the
seemed
family.
uncomfortable.
They're out here traveling. Where are you guys from?
Switzerland.
Switzerland. This is my second Sweden guy. Remember, I went up the mountain today, and I talked to another guy from Switzerland or Sweden. It's not the same. Never mind. You see, I'm geographic. Yeah, I didn't pass that class. Anyway, geography. No. What's your name?
Giannis.
Giannis?
Yeah.
Giannis. I actually like that name. I like it a lot. So, Giannis, let me ask you something. Do you play video games?
Yeah.
What kind of video games
do they even have GameStop in this kid's country?
You play?
Fortnite, Minecraft.
You have a PS5, PS4. What do you have?
PS4 and Nintendo Switch.
Nintendo Switch and a PS4. Well, look, you're the last kid I'm going to interview tonight, so I'm going to give you something. Is that cool? All right, let me ask you something. Do you know what GameStop is?
No.
They don't have it over there, huh?
Are games region coded? If Marantz gives this kid a video game, is it going to play in his PlayStation or Nintendo Switch? Because movies are region coded. I know games used to be, like with the Nintendo, there was the PAL format games and the NTSC format.
So GameStop is
kind of concerned Marantz is going to give this kid games that aren't going to work on his systems, and he's going to be really sad.
It's a store that the whole world shops at for video games, and the whole world invests in on the Wall Street.
Nintendo Switch games aren't region locked? Okay, good.
Right? But because you can't go there.
They taste terrible, though. Wouldn't recommend licking a Switch cartridge.
And you live in a different country, I'm going to bring GameStop to you, okay? So let's do it. Now watch this. You said PS4? It's 4 games.
PlayStation games. Those are probably region locked. Oh, PS4 aren't either? Okay, thank God. Okay, I hope this kid enjoys these games.
Enjoy. And those are from GameStop, okay? So you're welcome. Guys, he's a good kid. He did it, huh?
Thank you.
There we go. Enjoy, guys. Marantz on YouTube. Guys, we're going to call it a night. It's 120 degrees out here. It was better up on the mountain, and I've had enough. I'll see you guys next month. Peace.
So that's what Marantz has been up to. Weird behavior. But, you know, I guess he has a right to be weird. Alright, let's take a look at this lawsuit. So, Bed Bath & Beyond no longer exists. We've talked about this. We know this. However, there is a person in charge of the liquidation trust. This person has sued Ryan Cohen, the CEO of GameStop, for an alleged insider trading issue. Let's take a look at this lawsuit and maybe laugh at it. Isn't Bed Bath & Beyond an online retailer still? Not the original one. Overstock.com bought the name. So the bedbathandbeyond.com that exists is Overstock.com, and they just changed their name. The original entity that was Bed Bath & Beyond doesn't really exist anymore. They sold their name and everything. PlayStation is region locked? Oh, that's a bummer for that kid then. Chitara says in the distance, "Hey, excuse me! Excuse me!" Voice moves closer. Hey, excuse me. Hello, hi, excuse me. Steps in front of Marantz and stares directly into the camera. Oh, excuse me, sir. Hey, beautiful people out there. Have you fine folks heard about the divine word of our main man, Paul? Okay. Let's take a look at the lawsuit. This is DK Butterfly 1 Inc. FKA, formerly known as Bed Bath & Beyond Incorporated, versus Ryan Cohen and Ryan Cohen Ventures LLC. Complaint for recovery of short swing profits under 15 USC 78P. Introduction. This is an action to recover more than $47 million in profits realized in violation of Section 16B of the Securities Exchange Act of 1934 as amended 15 USC 78PB. Section 16B was enacted for the purpose of preventing the unfair use of information which may have been obtained by an insider by reason of his relationship to the issuer, The statute applies to every director or officer of an issuer with a class of equity securities registered under Section 12 of the Act. It also applies to every beneficial owner of more than 10% of any such class. So what they're saying is, the law, as it sits, insider trading is someone who is trading who is a member of a company or owns more than 10%. They are considered an insider, and they may have access to inside information that would preclude them from trading stocks based on this non-public information, because that would be criminal. Thank you for 28 months. Hamathursig, or C1G, Altered Undying says, so one of my best friends is Dutch. When someone heard he was from the Netherlands, someone said, isn't that a city in Germany? Without missing a beat, my friend is like, it's not, but a certain German dictator wanted it to be. Okay, let's see. Under Section 16B, the statutory insiders must return to the issuer any profit realized on a purchase and sale or sale and purchase of the issuer's equity securities within a period of less than 6 months. If an insider fails to return this short swing profit, the issuer may bring suit to recover it. Liability under Section 16B is strict. The issuer has the right to recover the profit from a short swing transaction, irrespective of any intention on the part of the insider in entering into such a transaction. Recovery never depends on proof of scienter, a breach of duty, or the actual misuse of inside information. So all they need to do under strict scrutiny here is say that he did it. His motivations are irrelevant as far as this person is claiming. Plaintiff, BBBY, the issuer formerly known as Bed Bath & Beyond Incorporated, brings this action under Section 16B against 2 erstwhile investors, defendants Ryan Cohen, and RC Ventures LLC, known as RC Ventures, and collectively with Cohen, the Cohen defendants. The Cohen defendants made dozens of purchases and sales of Bed Bath & Beyond equity securities between January and August of 2022. All of them profitable, and most within a single period of less than 6 months. At the time, the profit was realized in August 2022. The Cohen defendants were acting as Bed Bath & Beyond statutory directors, entitling Bed Bath to recovery of the short swing profits under the plain text of Section 16B. Bed Bath & Beyond is entitled to recover a portion of the short swing profits for the additional reason that the Cohen defendants beneficially owned more than 10% of Bed Bath & Beyond's outstanding common stock when some of the purchase sales were made. From their purchase and sales of Bed Bath & Beyond equity securities within a period of less than 6 months, the Cohen defendants realized a total profit of more than $47 million. Under Section 16B of the Act, that profit is the lawful property of Bed Bath & Beyond, which the Cohen defendants are strictly liable to account for and repay. Jurisdiction and venue. This is just where they go over why this particular court has jurisdiction over this matter. Thanks for picking the judge outfit today. Very apropos. The parties, plaintiff Bed Bath & Beyond is a corporation formed under the law of the state of New York with the principal place of business. Again, this is just them explaining why this court has jurisdiction in this particular venue and over this particular matter. Defendant Ryan Cohen is a natural person, a citizen of Canada, and a resident of the state of Florida. Of course, he lives in Florida. Through his personal investment vehicle, RC Ventures, Cohen exercised voting and investment power over all of the Bed Bath & Beyond securities beneficially owned by RC Ventures, as described herein. The insiders, Cohen's defendant investment in Bed Bath & Beyond. The Cohen defendants made their first investment in Bed Bath in January 2022. Through steady open market purchase of Bed Bath common stock and call options, the Cohen defendants had acquired a beneficial ownership of 9,450,100 Bed Bath & Beyond shares by March of that year. Hydrate. On March 7, 2022, the Cohen defendants publicly disclosed their position by filing a statement of beneficial ownership on the Schedule 13D with the SEC. The Cohen defendants would amend that statement twice before filing a third and final amendment in August of 2022 upon the profitable exit of the investment. So because he owned so much of the company, he had to file out these public SEC forms in order to make actions. Because these actions were so big, it would actually cause price fluctuations. Copies of the Cohen defendants' original and amended statements on Schedule 13D are attached as Exhibits A through D in this complaint. The original Schedule 13D filed on March 7th included an exhibit, a copy of a letter of March 6th that Ryan Cohen had sent to the Bed Bath board. Cohen's letter criticized the strategy and execution of Bed Bath's management, observing that Bed Bath stock had underperformed its benchmark across every relevant time horizon. Yeah, it's almost like the company was going out of business. The letter then offered 4 suggestions for righting the ship. 1. Focus on a core set of objectives, such as front-loading the modernization of Bed Bath's supply chain and technology stack. 2. Sell or spin off Bed Bath's subsidiary, BBBY Baby Inc., which we know would have been a bad idea at this point, by the way, because that happened. It was sold off through the bankruptcy, and the company that bought the name is not doing well. They already had to close some stores, which the Cohen defendant views as the company's crown jewel and a significant source of trapped value. As an alternative to selling BBBY Baby, evaluation the possibility of selling Bed Bath intact to a well-capitalized financial sponsor, and 4, improve executive compensation to strengthen leadership aligned with shareholders. So his other options were sell the whole company to someone with money and pay the executives more. The company's doing badly. We're losing money. We should pay the leaders more. Capitalist bullshit, I declare. Stupid bullshit. The letter closed by urging management to act with urgency to implement the aforementioned suggestions, warning that RC Ventures would hold the board and management accountable if necessary, such as threatening them. Cohen's letter got results. On March 25th, 2022, Bed Bath announced that it had entered into an agreement with the Cohen defendants, the Cooperation Agreement, to add 3 new members to its board. The Cooperation Agreement required Bed Bath to expand its 11-member board to 14 seats, and fill the 3 vacancies with the following persons, hand-picked by Cohen: Marjorie L. Bowen, Shelley C. Lombard, and Benjamin Rosenweig. So these are people who Ryan Cohen bought a bunch of the company, bought like 10% of it, came in and it was like, you're expanding your board, I'm putting people on it because I own a bunch of the company. Anyway, these board members will be referred to as the Cohen appointees from now on. The agreement also obligated Bed Bath to appoint directors Bowen and Rosenweig to a 4-member strategy committee formed with an agreed-upon charter to support the board's oversight and review a strategic analysis of BBBY Baby's business. Bed Bath & Beyond also agreed to nominate and support the Cohen appointees for election to full 1-year terms as directors at the company's next annual meeting in July 2022. If one of the Cohen appointees resigned or otherwise ceased to serve as director during the agreement's term, the cooperation agreement gave the Cohen defendants the right to fill the vacancy with reasonably acceptable replacements. In return for these significant benefits, the Cohen defendants agreed to a year-long standstill that barred them from, among other things, waging a proxy contest or owning more than 19.9% of Bed Bath's common stock. So this was an agreement basically in which they let Cohen come in and direct a bunch of shit so he didn't continue to buy more stock and push them around more. So yeah, he packed the board. The cooperation agreement also generally obliged Cohen defendants to vote their Bed Bath shares during the standstill in favor of the board's director nominees and otherwise as directed by the board. Unlike most agreements of its kind, the cooperation agreement did not obligate Cohen defendants to maintain the confidentiality of any non-public information they obtained from Bed Bath. It also did not restrict the Cohen defendants' use of that information. The Cohen defendants, whom the cooperation agreement referred to collectively as RC Ventures, were required only to acknowledge that the U.S. security laws may prohibit insider trading. RC Ventures acknowledged that it and its affiliates and associates are aware that the U.S. securities laws may prohibit any person who has received from an issuer material non-public information from purchasing or selling securities of such issuer, or from communicating such information to any other person under circumstances in which it is reasonable or foreseeable that a person is likely to purchase such securities. So basically, in the agreement, Cohen had to agree, hey, it's illegal to use insider information to make money. You can't insider trade, you can't give that information to other people to insider trade. That's illegal! J. Rodimus with 32 months says, the thing I really don't get is why these people act like these are small businesses that need our help, but never show any care toward actual small businesses. Like, are you shrewd capitalists or going against the man? You can't have it both ways, literally just playing the game very badly. Yeah. Their whole conception of large corporations is very bizarre. The Cohen appointees would remain on Bed Bath's board for the duration of the Cohen defendants' investment in Bed Bath. B. The Cohen defendants as statutory directors. The Act defines a director as any director. This is just about them adding directors to the board. To hydrate and do. The Cohen appointees represented the Cohen defendants on the Bed Bath board. Cohen did not personally join Bed Bath's board only because he lacked the time, having already assumed the chair of another public company, GameStop. Given that I am the chairman of GameStop and overseeing a systemic transformation, his March 6th letter explained, I'm not in a position to join Bed Bath's board, personally, drive the initiative outlined in the letter. Because Cohen could not personally drive his initiatives, he relied on his 3 directors to drive the initiatives for him, and the Cohen appointees understood that they were serving on Bed Bath's board as representatives of the Cohen defendants. Cohen appointee Ben Rosenweig described the arrangement in unvarnished terms at his very first meeting with Bed Bath's management in March 2022. Rosenweig announced to the room, I will be representing Ryan as if I owned 10% myself. Rosenweig doubled down at a later meeting that same day, telling Bed Bath's management, Ryan does not want to be on the board. He wants directors as indirect proxy. At least 4 members of Bed Bath's management, including its then CEO Mark Triton, its director and next CEO Sue Gov, its chief legal officer Arlene Hong, and director Ann Yerger, heard one or both of these remarks firsthand. All 3 Cohen appointees urged the board to give Cohen more influence and access. So he's in there using his 10% stake in the company to appoint his people, bring them in, and have them try and bully the board into giving Ryan more power. Allegedly. Cohen appointee Marjorie Bowen pressed Bed Bath's board to bring Cohen, quote, under the tent, i.e., to have him sign a non-disclosure agreement so he could have advanced access to material, non-public information about the company. The non-public information she wanted Cohen to access included unreleased earnings reports. In a related case brought before another court, Rosenweig admitted in sworn testimony that he asked board chair Harriet Eldman and the then CEO Mark Triton whether they would be willing to have a confidential discussion with Ryan Cohen. The purpose of the meeting would be to discuss the state of business, solicit Cohen's feedback, basically broaden and deepen the relationship with him. Independent director Sue Gov, who would succeed Triton as interim CEO, testified in the same case that Rosenweig also wanted to get Cohen access to earnings releases and advanced information on any sale of or spin-off of Bye Bye Baby. At her own deposition, Cohen appointee Lombard testified that she approached Cohen in May 2021 to discuss getting him access to material non-public information about Bed Bath & Beyond. She reached out to Cohen because, quote, there had been some discussion on the board about Cohen getting restricted so he could get non-public material, non-public information, and assist with the turnaround of the company. This discussion was driven entirely by the Cohen appointee, as the rest of Bed Bath's board opposed giving Cohen access to non-public information. Gov confirmed the schism at her deposition. She testified that directors Bowen, Lombard, and Rosenweig were the only members of Bed Bath's board who supported giving Cohen access to material non-public information. When asked what would the company achieve if Cohen was given this information before the investors, Gov testified, answer, none that I could think of. Question, did they ever explain why they wanted to do this? Answer, no. Did it make sense to you? No. Did the company ever entertain a proposal like this for any other shareholder while you were at the company? No. So was it only for Mr. Cohen? Right. So Ryan Cohen came in, bought 10% of the stock, and then wanted to get insider information about the company, despite not working for them. He does not work for the company. He was never hired. He bought the stock on the open market and tried to force his way in and be like, I need your information. Give it. Give me your earnings reports. Mine. Gimme. What an asshole. What an absolute fucking asshole. That's an opinion, so I don't have to say anything about that. That's not alleged. That's just how I feel about it. The division between the Cohen appointees and the rest of the board went beyond policy. It cut to the basics of the governance process, acting more like a delegation than three independent fiduciaries. The Cohen appointees caucused separately from the board, holding their own exclusive meetings by phone or text or in internet chat rooms. In one such chat room caucus, Bowen referred to Cohen as our beloved Ryan Cohen. What is wrong with these people? H-Beard says, why bother buying all that stock? Everyone knows that the important information is stored in the file boxes in the bathroom. On another occasion, the three Cohen appointees convened in a private chat room while simultaneously attending a meeting of the board. Unbeknownst to their fellow directors, the three Cohen appointees were conversing with one another through this back channel, even as they participated in the board meeting. The private messages the Cohen appointees exchanged during the meeting included commentary, e.g., "This is nuts," planning, e.g., we will go to Harriet after all, advice, e.g., follow Ryan's playbook, and encouragement, e.g., go, Shelley, go! The last message from that chat session indicates that the Cohen appointees also planned to hold a wrap-up call amongst themselves after the board meeting concluded. The Cohen appointees secured the Cohen defendants access to management and material non-public information. Despite the misgivings of the rest of the board, the Cohen appointees prevailed in securing the Cohen defendants significant access to material non-public information about Bed Bath. Some of the confidential information of the Cohen defendants came courtesy of the Cohen appointees themselves. Director Rosenweig's phone records show that he and Cohen spoke by telephone on April 15th, 2022, April 16th, 2022, May 7th, 2022, and May 8th, 2022. The April 16th call lasted nearly 40 minutes, and the May call lasted 30 minutes. I did see the Shelley Duvall thing. Very sad. In his sworn testimony, Rosenweig admitted giving Cohen non-public information on these calls, though he downplayed the information's materiality. Rosenweig described his conversations with Cohen as, quote, high-level observations about Bed Bath's board dynamics. The two discussed whether board members seemed, friendly, whether they seemed open to new perspectives, whether we would be able to get along. There are, collegial, and there are collegial, things like that. It says sick, so that's just literally how he said it. I don't get that. That's how he said it. Director Lombard likewise met privately with Cohen to discuss Bed Bath on May 22nd, 2022 on Zoom. Beyond their direct communications with Cohen, Cohen appointees served as gateway to the rest of Bed Bath & Beyond's management, securing Cohen defendants access to significant material, non-public information, including unreleased earnings data. On the morning of June 29th, 2022, Bed Bath announced its dismal earnings for the first quarter fiscal year 2022. The announcement included the astonishing news that Bed Bath's quarterly sales had declined 25% year over year. In a separate release issued just minutes earlier, Bed Bath also announced that it was replacing its CEO Mark Triton with independent director Sue Gove, who would act as interim CEO until a permanent replacement was found. The double whammy of the earnings miss and management shakeup shocked the market, which sent the stock tumbling more than 23% on June 29th. Cohen got the shock a day early because Bed Bath told him the news on June 28th. Again, He does not work for the company. He is an investor in the company. But he got to know early because he's rich and owns a lot of the company. Oh my god. A day before the public announcement, Bed Bath chair Harriet Elderman held a 45-minute Zoom meeting with Cohen on which she disclosed key earnings data and gave Cohen a heads up about Triton's termination. Sorry, it's Triton. I keep saying Triton. I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Triton. Gov later testified that the board gave Cohen a sneak peek at the material news and at the insistence of director Rosenweig. According to Gov, Rosenweig especially wanted Cohen to be told of the CEO's replacement because Rosenweig feared Cohen would feel blindsided if he had to learn from the media about a significant personal decision which his own directors had participated. He's an investor! That's the point! That's the point! He should know when it's public. He's just an investor. He's not working for the company. Ah! This is maddening. The Zoom between Cohen and Elderman ended up ranging far beyond the earnings release and personnel move. Elderman took the contemporaneous notes on the call, which she emailed to the rest of the Bed Bath board. A copy of Elderman's email is included in an email chain attached as Exhibit E to this complaint. According to Elderman's notes, Cohen asked multiple questions about Bed Bath's cash flow and liquidity. He wanted to know if Bed Bath was upsizing its revolving credit line, if it was considering selling shares, and how it planned to repay or refinance its senior unsecured notes due in 2024. Cohen also asked about Bed Bath's inventory management and its private label or owned brand strategy, as well as questions about CEO succession and finding a permanent replacement for Triton. Finally, Cohen urged Edelman to be very aggressive about cutting overhead, insisting Bed Bath can't cut enough. I remind you, he is not on the board himself, and he's directing these people. Which I understand, even through the agreement, it would understood that would be the case, but it's fucking gross, and I hate it. Cohen's June 28th Zoom with Edelman was not his only private exchange with Bed Bath's management. Aside from his communications with Cohen appointees, records show Cohen communicated with Bed Bath directors or officers by email, phone, or video conference on at least April 7th and 27th, June 22nd, 28th, 29th, and 30th, July 1st, 15th, 21st, and 22nd. Cohen was upfront about his expectation for information. In an April 27th email to Edelman, Cohen laid out a bulleted list of his high-level thoughts for improving the business. He solicited her views and also asked her to forward this email to the full board. A copy of Cohen's April 27th email to Edelman is included as part of the email chain attached as Exhibit F in this complaint. Cohen closed his email with the following directive, quote, "Since we're under an agreement, there's a mutual respect, and I'd like to hear your views via phone or email on these points. This is a partnership now, and it shouldn't be a one-way conversation. We have to work together to get this business turned around as quickly as possible. I'm looking forward to collaborating with you often." Asshole. A repeated Cohen tactic in his exchanges with Bed Bath management was to forswear any interest in material non-public information right before asking for that exact kind of information. In an April 7th email to CEO Mark Triton, Cohen asked to have a call to catch up and get a bigger picture discussion about the company, stressing that he wanted nothing about the quarter or restricted information. In the same paragraph, however, Cohen explained that he wanted to know how Triton's enterprise plan took shape, how we're tracking against it, and what you see as the go-forward priorities or areas to course correct. Because Bed Bath was then at an inflection point from recovery to decline, any information about how the business was tracking against plans or needed course correction would have been important to investors. The timing of Cohen's email was also significant, as he reached out to the CEO less than a week before Bed Bath & Beyond was set to release its fourth quarter and full-year earnings for fiscal year 2021. Any discussion of how the business was tracking against plans or needed course correction would be undoubtedly reveal non-public information about how Bed Bath had performed over the most recently completed quarter. Tritton deflected Cohen's offer by agreeing to speak with him, but insisting they wait until after earnings. Deferring the call, Tritton explained would let him share more context on immediate performance and schedule to talk about our enterprise plans, execution, and trajectory. When the call was finally held, Cohen continued his probe. Bed Bath's management contemporaneously prepared a rough transcript of the call, an excerpt of which is attached as Exhibit G to this complaint. We'll look at these exhibits at the end, by the way. The transcript shows that Cohen at one point asked, "How do you feel about the balance sheet? Is it safe to assume we're in for more operating losses?" Tritton demurred, not at liberty to say at this point, which is the good thing to say, you know, since Cohen literally can't get this information because he hasn't signed an NDA. Cohen appeared to move on, but moments later re-asked essentially the same question. Quote, "So, how do you currently feel about the balance sheet?" This time, Bed Bath's CFO, Gustavo Arnal, jumped in with a fairly detailed response. By the market key on balance sheet is getting into sustainable operating cash flow generation with key on inventory management. Similar narrative across many retailers, cash flow generation challenges given inventory purchases and mismatch. Balance sheet insurance is ABL 1 billion liquidity. Although Arnald's remarks were qualified as already disclosed, not all of the details he shared had previously been made public. Gillis Filler with 40 bits says, "Some of that conversation sounded like I hope this email finds you before I do." It does have a vibe, doesn't it? You don't need to know the specifics of the business language in that quote. What you need to know is Ryan Cohen was being given information he should not have been given his role, or lack thereof, on the board. For example, the fact that management had come to view its asset-backed facility as insurance against insolvency was new and ominous information, and it drew an immediate reaction from Cohen. Quote, "Drawing down the ABL should only be done in a severe catastrophic situation. Feels like there are a lot of steps that could be taken to conserve cash besides drawing down on the ABL, cutting cap expense, that's capital expenses, reducing SG&A, turning inventory faster." Oh, we'll just turn the inventory faster. Thanks, Ryan. Didn't think of that. Great. In July 15th call with interim CEO Sue Gov after Tritton's ousting, Cohen continued to hunt for intel while disclaiming any such hunt. Gov's notes on the call described Cohen as focused on liquidity and asking deep dive questions around vendor support. Gov corroborated these notes in her testimony. Quote, "So as I mentioned before, he, prefaced all of this with, I don't want any MNPI. I don't want any MNPI. Don't want that. Be careful." And then he moved into questions on liquidity and specifically asked, were the vendors providing support? Had I had conversations with the vendors? How's that going? What was taking place? Well, Cohen laundered his questions with the caveat that he wanted no material non-public information. The information he sought was non-public and highly material to an investment in Bed Bath & Beyond at the time. By 2022, Bed Bath & Beyond had begun deferring payments to some vendors to conserve cash. These deferrals were risky because vendors might respond by halting deliveries of inventory, and enough vendor defections could tip the business into a tailspin. Excuse me. Inventory shortfalls meant unstocked shelves, which meant lost sales and lost customers, leaving Bed Bath with even less cash to pay vendors and even deeper inventory shortfalls and steeper sales declines, and it just becomes a vicious cycle. You get it. As a result, questions about liquidity and vendor support were amongst the most material ones Cohen could have asked at this critical juncture in Bed Bath's turnaround. Cohen also demanded advanced knowledge of any dilutive stock offerings Bed Bath might do, even if he had to sign a non-disclosure agreement to get it. Gov testified. He was very specific that he did not want anything that we were doing to be dilutive to shareholders, and that if there was anything that might, that would have any potential of being dilutive to shareholders, he would want he would be wanting to consider being brought onto the tent at that point in time. To get more information? To get more information. So basically, again, this is insider information he's asking for. He's asking for insider information as an investor directly. As a follow-up to the July 15th call, Edelman reached out to Cohen by email on July 21st and asked if she and Gov could come to meet with him in Florida. Cohen emailed back that there was no need to meet in person because they could always confer by video or phone. He added, "Happy to do so before September if you'd like." No further exchange occurred because the Cohen defendants dumped their entire Bed Bath & Beyond position on the market just a few weeks later in mid-August. Most of the Cohen appointees did not stick around for long after the Cohen defendants liquidated their holdings. Rosenweig left the board December 20th. Bowen followed him out February 2023. Neither director served the full term for which Cohen defendants had been appointed. Only Director Lombard stood for the re-election at Bed Bath's 2023 annual meeting. She would remain a director until the board was disbanded in Bed Bath's bankruptcy. 3. The Cohen representatives were widely viewed as representatives of the Cohen defendants. The view that Cohen's appointees were serving as the Cohen defendants' representative on Bed Bath's board, and as conduits of material non-public information for Cohen personally, was widely held both within and beyond the company. An Agence France Presse dispatch after the announcement of the March 22 cooperation agreement referred to Rosenweig, Bowen, and Lombard as Cohen's representative on the board of directors. Wall Street Journal editor Spencer Jacob had likewise described Cohen's mission at Bed Bath as pushing for changes in board representation. CNBC host Jim Cramer had the most pointed take, which he offered in a segment on the morning of April 18, 2022. While unconfirmed rumors of the Cohen defendants' sales first made news, Cramer called it quizzical that the Cohen defendants would sell, considering that Cohen was, quote, obviously in possession of material inside information because he has 3 people on the board. Later that day, after the Cohen defendant sales were publicly confirmed, Cramer took to the air again, repeating that Cohen was an insider because he has 3 people on the board. Addressing Cohen, Cramer asked, "Did you really file to sell or sell the stock when you had material non-public information?" Which you certainly had, because your people were on the board. Gov and Eldman had the same thought. They both heard Cramer's commentary and exchanged text messages about it. In one of those exchanges, Gov and Edelman agreed that Cramer was asking good questions and wondering whether Cohen appointees might have given Cohen a signal to sell. Gov was asked about this exchange at her deposition. Question: signaled what to him? Answer: signaled concern to him. About the company? Yeah. Like sharing insider information? Yes. Right, so you had concerns, and you had concerns about that. My response, all good questions. I certainly had questions about that. Gov testified she lost trust in Cohen because there was a whole process that always left me uncomfortable. She added that Bed Bath's management was very careful about our conversations with Cohen. When pressed on why she distrusted Cohen, Gov pointed to the type of question Cohen asked. Just the actions of, what he was questioning, why he was questioning, where he was going with things, Gov also singled out Rosenweig for distrust when asked why she didn't trust him. Gov testified. Again, from the very first conversation I had with him, the comment that he was acting as, sort of Ryan's agent put me in, a concerned state about that. Anything else? From there, just his general approach in terms of, what information he wanted access to. Some of the things that we've discussed today. Right, like pushing to get information for Cohen? Uh-huh. Gov also testified that board chair Edelman agreed with her that observers are right to question whether Cohen appointees were feeding Cohen material non-public information about Bed Bath & Beyond. I read these much better than PP Seeds, thank you. I appreciate it. And according to Gov, she and Edelman were not the only ones who harbored suspicion. Question: who else agreed and thought Cohen's nominees were signaling to him? Answer: I think from a board of directors standpoint, you would have to ask each one. But I would, venture to say that probably most of them. You thought most of them had doubts about that? had concerns, yes. Summary. The Cohen defendants functioned as directors of Bed Bath through the Cohen appointees, who performed their duties not for themselves, but for the Cohen defendants. The Cohen appointees actually and avowedly represented the Cohen defendants on Bed Bath's board, and they were viewed as representing the Cohen defendants by Bed Bath's management and the market. Through the Cohen appointees, the Cohen defendants obtained access to and influence over management, as well as significant material non-public information about Bed Bath & Beyond. As a result, the Cohen defendants were deemed statutory directors of Bed Bath at all times from the appointment of the Cohen appointees through the Cohen appointees' departures from Bed Bath's board. Any profit from the Cohen defendants realized from a short swing transaction in Bed Bath's equity securities during this period is subject to recapture under Section 16B. So basically they're saying he sold based on information fed to him by people he put on the board to be his agents, therefore this is insider trading, and he needs to have that profit taken from him and returned to Bed Bath & Beyond so they can help pay off their creditors. Make sense? Okay. C. The Cohen defendant is Bed Bath's 10% beneficial owners. In addition to functioning as Bed Bath statutory directors, the Cohen defendants were subject to Section 16B for much of 22 as beneficial owners of more than 10% of Bed Bath's outstanding common stock. When the Cohen defendants first disclosed their Bed Bath positions on March 7, 2022, the statement they filed with the SEC disclosed beneficial ownership of 9,450,100 shares. The Cohen defendants calculated that these shares equaled 9.8% of Bed Bath's shares outstanding. That's very specifically close to 10%, but under. So they did that intentionally, methinks. This percentage calculation assumed a denominator of 96,337,713 shares outstanding. That was the number Bed Bath shares outstanding on November 27, 2021, as disclosed in Bed Bath's quarterly report from 10Q filed with the SEC on January 2022. But by the time the Schedule 13D was filed in March, Bed Bath's share count from November 2021 was stale, and the Cohen defendant had abundant reason to know it was stale. In the interview between the November 27th share count and the March 7th Schedule 13D, Bed Bath completed an aggressive and well-publicized series of stock buybacks. The buybacks significantly reduced Bed Bath's shares outstanding, shrinking the denominator of the percentage beneficial ownership calculations and lifting the Cohen defendants above 10%. Bed Bath's board had approved its accelerated share repurchase program in October 2020. The program allowed Bed Bath to repurchase, subject to market conditions, up to $675 million worth of its stock in annual increments through the end of fiscal year 2023. They are alleging Cohen was doing insider trading. Just 2 months later, in December of 2020, Bed Bath's board approved an additional accelerated share repurchase program of $150 million. The new program brought the total dollar amount Bed Bath was authorized to repurchase through the end of fiscal year 2023 to $825 million. The buybacks were expanded again in March 2021 when the board authorized Bed Bath to repurchase an additional $175 million in stock, bringing the total size of the accelerated share repurchase program to $1 billion. Finally, in October 2021, Bed Bath's board approached a further acceleration of the already accelerated program. The latest move would pull forward to fiscal year 2021, $300 million in share repurchases previously scheduled for the fiscal years 2022 and 2023. Combined with the $100 million in capacity remaining, the accelerated shareholder repurchase program for fiscal year 2021, the October 2021 approval gave Bed Bath authority to repurchase a total of $300 million plus $1 million equals $400 million in stock in just the remaining few months of fiscal 2021. All of the foregoing information about Bed Bath stock repurchases was publicly disclosed before the Cohen defendant began buying Bed Bath stock in January 2022. For example, Bed Bath announced the October 2021 acceleration and program. Basically, this is a lot of numbers that you don't need to know specifically, but what you need to know is he bought just under 10%, But as they continued to do share buybacks, even though his number of shares remained the same, the percentage of shares that those represented of the total outstanding share count rose above 10% because overall there were fewer outstanding shares. So it seems he intentionally bought just under 10% to keep himself from being considered an insider, but through the actions of the company, he got bumped up above that 10%, but never acknowledged it and sold the stock as though he didn't own over 10%, even though he did. Yet the Cohen defendants ignored this information in calculating their percentage of beneficial ownership. They also ignored subsequent information Bed Bath disclosed about its share count, even when that information confirmed beyond a doubt that the Cohen defendants' Schedule 13D had underreported their percentage of beneficial ownership. On April 21st, 2022, Bed Bath filed with the SEC its annual report on a Form 10-K disclosing it had 79,845,789 shares outstanding on March 26, 2022. The Cohen defendants' 9,450,100 shares amounted to 11.8% of the total, significantly more than the 9.8% they had reported on their March 7th Schedule 13. So basically, he lied on an official SEC document, allegedly. That document is there, you can find it, but I'll say allegedly, for legal reasons. He underreported his ownership by like 2%, by exactly 2%, so he was under the threshold for being considered an insider, despite him actually being an insider by every definition, basically. Frustrating. Under SEC Rule 13D2A, the Cohen defendants were required to amend their Schedule 13D to reflect any change in their percentage beneficial ownership of 1% or more. Again, it was a 2% change, even if that change resulted only from a decrease in the share count. The version of the rule in effect in 2022 required such an amendment to be filed promptly, yet the Cohen defendants did not amend the percentage beneficial ownership figures reported in their March 7th Schedule 13D until August 16th, 2022, more than 5 months later. 5 months after the fact, he corrected the form even though it was supposed to be promptly. 5 months! The Cohen defendants ignored all of the information Bed Bath disclosed about its shrinking share count, even as they devoured every other morsel of information they could work out of their deputy director of Bed Bath's management. When properly calculated based on the number of Bed Bath shares actually outstanding, the Cohen defendants' percentage beneficial ownership exceeded 10% before they finished purchasing Bed Bath's equity securities in March 2022. Specifically, the Cohen defendants passed the 10% mark no later than March 1st, 2022, with their purchase of that day of 5,000 call option contracts entitling them to buy 500,000 Bed Bath shares at $80 on or before January 20th, 2023. With that purchase, the Cohen defendants beneficially owned at least 8,670,544 shares, while Bed Bath had no more than 81,979,000 shares outstanding. The Cohen defendants continued to beneficially own more than 10% of Bed Bath's common stock until August 16th, 2022, when their open market sale of 65,000 shares that day. The Cohen defendants returned below the 10% line. The Cohen defendants disclosed their August 16th sales on a statement of change in beneficial ownership on Form 4, filed with the SEC after the close of trading on August 18th, 2022. A copy of that filing is attached as Exhibit I to this complaint. The trades disclosed on August 18th, Form 4, were the only transactions Bed Bath equity securities reported by the Cohen defendants under 16B of the Act. This is just all of the purchases he made of common stock. Their claim for relief. Bed Bath realleges and incorporates by reference the allegations in paragraphs 1 through 160 above. Section 16B of the Securities Exchange Act of 1934 as amended reads in pertinent part as follows. This is literally just the statute they're trying to sue him under. At all relevant times after March 24th, 2022, each Cohen defendant qualified as a statutory director of Bed Bath & Beyond and was subject to 16B of the Act. At all times from March 1st, 2022 through August 16th, each Cohen defendant beneficially owned more than 10% of Bed Bath's outstanding common stock and was also thereby subject to 16B of the Act. Toreador with 50 bits says, oh, you too, Mystic Dragon, have a good night. Toreador says, not to derail, but Kyle Rittenhouse, now a gun rights advocate, was talking shit about Trump's gun rights record and said he was going to write in Ron Paul less than 12 hours later after having also posted a "You Gotta Stand By Your Principles" video, changed his tune to fully support Trump after having a series of productive conversations with members of Trump's team. The comment sections were the nightmare you might assume them to be. Wow, the middle school dropout is easily persuaded by public pressure. I'm fucking shocked. This is just them saying when they sold stuff and claiming that the actions that they took were illegal. Prayer for relief. Wherefore, Bed Bath praised this court for judgment, requiring each Cohen defendant to account for and pay over Bed Bath the short swing profits realized and retained by such Cohen defendants in violation of 16B of the Act in a total amount not less than $47,173,867.96, together with appropriate pre- and post-judgment interest and the costs of this suit. So they're asking for lawyer fees. Awarding Bed Bath its cost and distributements, including reasonable attorneys, accountants, and expert witness fees, and granting Bed Bath such further relief as the court deems just and proper. And there's demand for a jury trial. So they want a jury trial, and then this is signed by James A. Hunter, a lawyer from the Southern District of New York. So, interesting stuff. I am very curious to see where this goes, because reading it like that, it kind of, like, really puts it out there that Cohen was being sketchy as fuck. Like, I don't know what his intent is here, and I'm not gonna pretend and try and, like, say what his intent was, but it is incredibly suspicious to me that he was continually fishing, clearly, in my opinion, he was fishing for insider information and trying to act as though he was under the 10% when he wasn't. It just seems incredibly sketch at minimum, and I hope he gets what's coming to him, whatever that is. If this is wrong, if the allegations are untrue, okay, whatever. But if this shit happened, that's sus. That's sus. So anyway, let's see what else we got going today, because, oh wait, we did have exhibits, didn't we? There were exhibits we wanted to look at. This is the 13D. I wanted to see some of the emails. I don't really care about the Schedule D that he filed. Another 13D, 13D, 13D. Email chain. Let's read some of these email chains. So this is from Arlene Hong, Bed Bath & Beyond board member, I believe, to Harriet Edelman. RE Privileged Communication. Harriet and Sue, as you already know, Ryan is subject to a standstill under the cooperation... Wait, is this... Let me make sure I'm reading this in the right order. Top to bottom, not... Okay, now I gotta go to the bottom and go up. So this is from Edelman to the other members of the board, I believe. I received a message from Ryan about 20 minutes after I wrote the recap below, and he asked to get back together on Zoom. Oh no, she CC'd a bunch of people in this first. Call went well. Longest one so far, 45 minutes. His key areas of interest or other notes. Taken aback at results, all indicators, top line, margin, balance sheet, leadership change. So they're literally sending Ryan Cohen information, even though he's not supposed to have it. Oh my god, why? Why are they doing this? Ugh. Okay, let's start down here. This is from Ryan Cohen to Harriet Edelman. Harriet, thank you again for continuing to engage with me, particularly following last quarter's disappointing results. I'm spending a lot of time working with my team to analyze the company's current state and go forward needs and opportunities. Here are a few high-level thoughts I would like to get your view on and also have sent to the full board. SG&A should be cut as much as possible and as quickly as possible. While I'm sure management had the best of intentions when it envisioned heightened SG&A supporting growth, the reality is that the company has not been able to stem the tide of market share losses for many years, and it's hard to see a viable path to growth. The board has an obligation to be safeguarding capital and, quite frankly, heavily scrutinizing management's tactics and forecasting in light of recent events. The scope and management strategy needs to be immediately reduced to mitigate unnecessary capital expenses, SG&A, and risky bets. The board needs to direct management to narrow its 2020 covered the waterfront strategy in the near term. The business needs to be run defensively and like a private equity portfolio company. Oh, Marantz loves private equity. That's hilarious. I'd hope the board has already asked management for a much narrower operating plan. If not, I hope one is requested and received within the next 2 weeks. Two areas that deserve particular focus are advertising spend and store renovations. Advertising spend continues to rise both in absolute dollars and as a percentage of sales. This despite revenue weakness and management commentary that there have been hundreds of millions of dollars in lost sales due to inventory shortages. Why is the team spending more on advertising when there's insufficient inventory on hand to sell? In light of recent and expected near-term results, store renovation pace should be slowed to conserve capital and gather more data on renovated store performance. Capital allocation priority should be share repurchases. So he's telling people to repurchase shares, which again, that's not a good strategy. That's one of the things that helped further fuck Bed Bath, so that's funny. Who's bringing this suit? The wind down director of Bed Bath. It's not really Bed Bath anymore because they sold the name, but the company formerly known as Bed Bath & Beyond. So then David Freeman emailed, looks like Harriet, and CC'd some other people, including CEO at the time, Triton, and some other people. Harriet, here's what Paul and I came up with a suggested response. Ryan, thank you for sharing your thoughts. I have forwarded your email to the entire board. The board has been discussing these specific issues actively. In particular, we're very focused on the operating plans, and we monitor and adjust our capital allocation decisions in light of business, market, and macroeconomic considerations. As for the strategic committee, I can assure you that the committee's work is not distracting the board or management from these other key issues. May I suggest that you, Mark, and I have a call in the second week of June to discuss the business. Perhaps Gustavo should join the call too, as his knowledge may be valuable in these conversations. Since you've spoken about the possibility of your buying more shares, we'll make sure that we do not give you any material non-public information that would interfere with your ability to make a trade. You should make oh wait, no, that's just her thing. So that's funny. Basically, Ryan was directly trying to give them advice, and they're like, hey, we'll call you. We'll call you. Excerpt from a transcript of Ryan Cohen's call with management. I don't know all of the things, so if it's Ryan Cohen, I'll tell you. If it's someone else, I'll tell you that. Someone says, need to be careful with what we share here. No doubt that 2020 plan we should pursue and not pursue in the current environment. Yes, that's all that's being discussed. Ryan Cohen. Do you have the team in place to rationalize the businesses that significantly from an SGA standpoint? Another person. We have the team and partnership in place, yes. This isn't about shaving your direct reports down. This is a bottoms-up exercise. Also, the outside-in and SG&A benchmark versus our peer and legacy two-tier effort on immediate... Again, they're literally just talking about the functioning of the business. He shouldn't know this shit. Do you foresee any changes at the executive team or board in order to rationalize the business? Ryan Cohen says, asking for material non-public information about the company, allegedly. Not at liberty to say at this point, which is the right thing to say because they do not have the legal right to give Ryan Cohen that information, as, you know, he's not supposed to know it. Someone else says, board level going down by 3 directors as previously indicated to be revealed shortly. To be revealed shortly, aka non-public information that they're giving Ryan in this phone call on a transcript. Ryan, how do you feel about the balance sheet? Is it safe to assume we're in for more operating losses? Someone else says, not at liberty to say at this point, but again, pressure on inventory and sales is a jam for everyone. Ryan, do you have a better handle on inventory held up in transit? Absolutely. Get better flow and better clarity, which will provide... Again, other investors don't have access to this information. If some rando on the street can't ask it or doesn't know it, he should not be given this information. But because he's a rich asshole, he was just calling up members of the goddamn board and trying to get insider information, which it appears they gave him on occasion, at least from his board members. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. So that's the lawsuit. Again, I hope Ryan Cohen, if he did anything illegal, I hope that those illegal gains are removed. Not saying it definitely is, just, you know, just weird. All right, moving on. Whew, that was a lot of reading. Oh. Oh, Marantz is shilling these cards super hard on his channel, and I really wish he'd stop.
So here's the new thing GameStop's doing. Now they're showing you the card, right? But it'll also tell you the release date, when it's coming. So coming soon, this card's not here yet. It's a Michael Jordan card. But then when I go back, I went to the Kobe Bryant card and the Caitlin Clark card. Here's Kobe Bryant. So Kobe Bryant's on its way. PSA graded 9, Kobe Bryant 2018. Right here. Look at the release date. It's coming. And if I go back even further, then you're going to see right here, the Caitlin Clark card's gone, right, from earlier today. If you guys remember, I was showing you it. It was a PSA graded.
What point of desperation are you at where you're literally just making videos telling your audience, here's things they're selling on their website. Please buy things. Please buy things from the company I'm invested in. Please, I'm begging you. Seems like a weird thing to do. Just like generally, it seems weird.
8 gone. It was $20-something. It's completely gone. But here's what they have now. Now they have this right here. Coming soon, 2023, I mean. Caitlin Clark, PSA 9, coming soon. Look at the date. They already know the release date. Guys, I've been keeping track of all of GameStop's cards that they're selling. And here's the best part about it. I've seen the number fluctuate from 4,987 all the way down to 4,600. And that's...
My concern, and I say this genuinely, I know I'm snarky, I know this show is entertainment, but I give a shit about people. Like, I care when people are harming themselves, even if they're doing so in kind of an objectively hilarious way. I feel so bad for Marantz. He is self-admittedly a recovering gambling addict, and now so much money is in GameStop, and now I'm afraid with this, he's gonna start buying a bunch of cards from GameStop to speculate on their value because he can't stop, and he doesn't consider this gambling, even though it is. Speculative asset acquisition is gambling. Right? If he just bought them because he likes them, that's not gambling. But if he buys them specifically hoping they will increase in value over time, that's gambling. It's so sad.
It's in one day. So as I look at the total on cards here, they're at 4,700 right now. They were at 46 earlier. So it goes up, it goes down, and they sell, they come back. They're making tons of money. I love it. Let's keep going, GameStop. Keep selling these cards. PSA graded cards is what they're selling. Pokemon cards. They're selling everything, guys. I don't care what it is. They're even selling Disney cards. Everything's here for you. Whatever you're looking for, GameStop has it. Enjoy. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop, GameStop. I'll see you around, millionaires. Peace.
Marantz, you're not a millionaire. Not a millionaire even a little bit. Live right now.
10 o'clock. All right, baby, let's go. That's just the way it goes down. And I'm going to get up.
Hey, good evening, guys. And I want to make this video for everyone who pays attention to the whole macro. The whole S&P 500, Dow Jones, and the NASDAQ. I feel that the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 have hit their all-time highs for the year. I think they're done. After watching what can happen to you via earnings, whether you hit your marks or not, there's a sell-off coming for this whole week as far as the top of the S&P. 4 of the major companies, 4 of the 7 mega caps, they're reporting earnings. No matter what comes out, it's going to come down because they priced in AI. They priced in these evaluations, and I've now seen the rotation.
I'm gonna pick a different video. He's talking about the market in general, not even GameStop. And that, I mean, I assume he steers it into GameStop, but this video is titled "GameStop Stock Talk: Beta Males Cry More." A very normal video title for an adult.
I love going to Twitter and reading about all these beta males crying and the fact that Ryan Cohen has a stance, a political.
Fun fact, if you use the word beta males or any variation in your vocabulary, you should probably remove it because it's a signal to everyone immediately that you're like an embarrassing asshole. Thought.
Stance, religious stance, a stance, right? And then right there, hey, it's Pixel, who's done nothing for the community in 4 years. He says, oh, Ryan, if you want to talk, you better give us guidance, and then you can talk and sound like Elon. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe you should give guidance for the company you've been CEO of, Ryan. Maybe give a little guidance for your investors with what you're going to do with that billions of dollars. Literally anything.
You forgot. Elon Musk is trying to be like Ryan Cohen.
That's objectively untrue. Like, is he saying it as a joke, or is he that delusional? You decide.
It's the other way around. Remember who has the real following here. GameStop's different. And all you beta males, you, the short professor, whatever the hell he is. Oh, he says he's the short destroyer. I apologize. The guy with no name, no videos, nothing, who won't put his own face, name on anything. Hey, it's Pixel. You don't put your name and face on anything. Or you try to hide. Tendy Baron, no different. You guys all try to hide behind a persona that's fake. It's not even real. Put your name on it. Put your face on it. And then speak on it. That's what Ryan's doing. And I support him. Chumps.
Very mature output from very serious investor. All right. Let's see if we have anything else to look at before we close out for the day.
You guys, something, little juice. You guys, something, little juice. You know, a year ago, unfortunately, it was a year ago, I had gotten contact with James Janney. They reached me, right?
Yeah, the documentary Marantz and I both filmed for. He's still working on it. He put out a trailer for it. Don't know when it'll come out.
And they said, hey, Marantz, I want to put you on this documentary. We're going to interview you. Is there any way you can get
Hope it comes out soon. I'd like to see the documentary I'm allegedly in.
Superstock? We want to get on
Did like a 3-hour interview for it.
Superstock. We want to talk to Superstock about this documentary. And I was like, well, I know the people. You know, I know Badass Trader. I know Platt. I can introduce you. Like, I can introduce you to this community and these people. And I believe like a month later, that's when Platinum called me. She called me and we talked on the phone. And she's like, yeah, she was trying to figure out, like, she wanted to know more about me. So we talked about me. And then she said, well, you know, Marantz, at Superstock, we don't do interviews and we don't do media. We don't promote channels. We don't promote videos. We just put the content. That's what she was saying, right? So I was like, oh, okay. And she's like, we turned down James Janney. We're not gonna do the interview. But I did talk to him off the record. And when she said she talked to him off the record, it kind of tells me something about that whole crew and the way they present themselves. Because they changed their tune real fucking quick once DFV came back into the fold. They changed their tune when they're ready to show out a video of what's this guy's name? Richard Newton, right? They've always changed their tune when it benefits them and their platform. But they definitely don't defend GameStop. That's where I have an issue. They'll be in the
Claiming other GameStop influencers don't defend GameStop. They do. Might be one more video we watch, and then we're probably gonna call it. I find this Mikey's Money guy interesting because he's pretty young.
Today I'm gonna
give this a shot. He's the guy that tells people he doesn't like they're gonna burn in hell for eternity. It's a very normal thing.
Today I'm going to be going over AMC and GME stock and why I believe there's a huge move coming up for both of them. But before I do get into why I believe that, make sure to go down and subscribe if you guys are new to the channel, because
if you aren't familiar with this kid, he's pretty young. He's so young that he legally could not have even bought stock during the 2021 GameStop pump. That's how young this guy is. And he lost his job recently because he kept using the bank computer at the bank he worked at to check his stock prices. And they were like, hey, stop doing that. And he was like, fuck you. And he got fired.
I do update you guys on AMC and GameStop stock every single day. So today,
Chicken Bacon Swiss, just so you know, that is not the proper nomenclature. Intersex is the proper word for that. Just so you know.
AMC and GameStop stock were green throughout the whole day. The volume for AMC stock has been extremely high ever since they did announce that the debt in 2026 is now going to be due in 2029, and Q2 earnings for AMC is coming up this Friday, so it is going to be
I'm sure I'll end up covering that on the next foil stream because it's gotten so crazy.
Super exciting day. We're going to hear what Adam Aaron has to
I'm not saying you did it on purpose. I was just letting you know.
To say, and I do feel like they are going to go into more detail about the debt that's due in 2029 and in 2026. They're going to talk about Usher's new concert film coming next month to AMC theaters.
I'm not familiar. Does Usher, this guy's been talking about this Usher movie concert like it's the Taylor Swift thing, which did so well for AMC. Does Usher have even like a 10th of the fan base as Taylor Swift? I genuinely don't know. I'm not a music person. This is not a snarky rhetorical question. I'm asking. Is Usher going to pull an audience similar to Taylor Swift, or is he just delusional?
It's going to be huge and make AMC a lot of extra money. And Q2 did beat estimates after all, so that's also extremely good.
I just don't see it making the same money.
To see. But AMC did close up 4% today at $5.31.
The only person I could think even coming close is like Beyonce, and that's probably dated. I don't like maybe Beyonce 8 years ago. I don't know if the Bay Hive is as busy as it used to be.
And it was up over 5% today, trading at $5.39. So it's just been green throughout the whole day, never broke red one time, as well as GameStop. So GameStop was also green throughout the whole day. At one point, it was up over 4%, trading at $23.45, which is close to Roaring Kitty's average price. And the volume for GameStop has been pretty low. Today it was at 8 million, and the past couple of days has been below 10 million. So just extremely low volume for GameStop. There hasn't been any news, but GameStop has been making some changes behind the scenes. If we take a look at Ryan Cohen's picture on X, it's a freaking girl now. He's hinting to us that a huge transformation is coming.
He's just shit posting. He's just shit posting about trans people because he's a chud. It's not deeper than that. I promise.
Take a look at the GameStop logo. It's now red, so that
why is it that this outfit in particular makes me look like 10 years older? Have you noticed this with these glasses and the judge robes? I always look so much older than if I'm wearing, like, the Femi Kruger outfit or, like, the Miss Frizzle outfit. Not saying that is a bad thing. It's just interesting how an outfit can very much change how you look.
Mean that they're about to push a freaking red button, or I don't know what the hell they're gonna do, but I really do feel like a huge announcement is coming up for GameStop. It has just been too quiet. But amazing day for both AMC and GME, just green throughout the whole day. So Deadpool and Wolverine has grossed over $545 million at the worldwide box office as of today. So it's already coming up on 1 week for Deadpool and Wolverine at AMC theaters, and it has already grossed over $500 million freaking dollars. This is guaranteed gonna reach over $1 billion, and it's just going to be amazing to see. Q3 is...
He continually brings up when movies do well for AMC, theaters in general, but A, he doesn't bring up when movies do bad, which has been happening consistently, and B, he doesn't seem... He talks about it like AMC gets most of the money from this? That's not how contracts with theaters work. Like, these aren't the exact numbers. Different studios have different deals with the theaters, but to give you an idea of how this works, like the first opening weekend of a movie, the producer, the studio that put it out, the distributor, Disney in this case, will make something like 90% of the ticket sales go to Disney, 10% goes to AMC. Week 2, Disney takes maybe 80%, AMC takes 20%. Week 3, Disney makes 70%, AMC makes 30%. So the longer it's in theaters, the more money AMC makes per ticket sale, but the ticket sales, especially for big event movies like this, are incredibly front-loaded. So like the first 2 or 3 weeks are the biggest weeks, which is true for every movie, but it's especially true of like superhero movies and stuff. So yes, I'm sure AMC is happy that this movie is doing well, but they make most of their money on concessions. They do not make money on ticket sales. They make money on selling people popcorn. So, weird that he continually brings up the box office. Sure, more people will be there, more opportunity to sell popcorn and stuff. It just doesn't guarantee anything for AMC. And AMC in particular isn't doing great because of their debt obligations. In fairness, I do believe they renegotiated some of those debt obligations recently to give them more time, which is good for them. I don't know though, I just don't think AMC in its current form is probably going to continue. Like 10 years from now, I doubt AMC will be under the same ownership at minimum.
Is probably going to be the best quarter that we've ever had since before the pandemic. It's going to be huge. And just the fact that AMC is down 90% from what it was trading at a year ago today, it just doesn't make sense for it to be trading this low when it's only been breaking records.
This kid can't even get a rental car, and he thinks his finger is on the pulse of the stock market.
Every other freaking day, and announcing amazing news, you know, debt restructure. That has been the biggest argument for AMC. AMC has a bunch of debt due. Why would you invest in a company like that? It's not due till 2029, and look at the freaking movie slate. Look at how much the box office is earning. It's some big numbers. So I really do feel like Q3 for AMC is going to be a huge profitable quarter, and all the quarters after Q3 of 2024 are going to be profitable. So this guy said GameStop is having quite a volatile month of July. It started with a bullish hourly trigger, daily trigger, leading to a 19% increase in price, and ended with a bearish crossover, leading to a 10% decline in price. On normal price action as we approach the biggest trigger crossover of them all, the weekly trigger / monthly trigger. Once those triggers cross,
Bittergrin, thanks for 100 bits, says AMC charged me more for a regular popcorn and icy than for the ticket to the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. Oh yeah, it's ridiculously expensive. Because that's where they make their money, so they rip you off. Personally, I just sneak candy and soda in if I'm gonna do that, unless I'm like flush for cash, but it's been a while since then. Speaking of, subscriptions, bits, tips, all of these things help the show, so thank you. Otherwise, I can't buy delicious buttery AMC popcorn. My local theater is an AMC anyway.
the next move above the daily trigger should ignite the long-awaited melt-up. In other words,
the tips go towards costume month, which we're almost done with the second one.
The shorter time frame continues to look bearish, while price is below the HT plus DT, but the macro view looks incredibly bullish as the WT is preparing to cross the MT for the first time since January of 2021. So it does look like GameStop is ready to have this massive move, perfect timing for a huge announcement for GameStop. Like I said, it has been way too quiet for GameStop. Roaring Kitty hasn't posted in over a month. Ryan Cohen hasn't really said anything about the $4 billion in cash that they have. It's just waiting for one single announcement to go parabolic. The biggest reversals in the stock market do always happen on low volume, and that is what we've seen on GameStop. Really low volume. So AMC continues to hold above 60 million shares shorted. So the short interest has gone up over 10% just in the past month. And according to this, there's over 60 million shares of AMC that are shorted. So that number is sitting pretty high. And I feel like it's high right now because a lot of people are expecting for AMC to drop on earnings. At this point, anything is possible. We've seen AMC drop almost based.
Alded Undying says with 40 bits for popcorn, and remember to let me know what you think of the YouTube video. Will do.
Basically on every single
Ask me tomorrow.
Earnings, it's had a...
Or I might not be streaming tomorrow. Going to the lake. Sunday.
Drop, a huge drop.
I'll try and stream tomorrow, but again, going to the lake and it's a long drive and, you know, outside in the sun, might be sleepy. So if we don't stream tomorrow, we'll stream Sunday.
I don't know if it's possible to break the cycle on this earnings.
You snuck in a bang once inside the theater, you sicko. That got Pee-wee arrested.
It's not going to be the best when it comes to revenue. AMC did lose $32 million, but they are going to be talking about some amazing news, guys, like the debt restructure, the Usher concert film coming next month, and all the new movies that are coming out that are making billions of dollars. It's just extremely good for AMC. So this guy said, Will Ashworth writes constant GameStop hit pieces for investor place. Does this sick bastard look trustworthy to you? So this
does this sick bastard look trustworthy to you? He just looks like some guy, I don't know. The weird way to phrase it.
Sick criminal bastard has been the one making the majority of the investor place.
This criminal bastard.
Articles just absolutely bashing GameStop every single day and trying to get people to sell. So the most recent investor place article says GameStop's silence speaks volumes. Why you should be wary of GME stock. So this guy just keeps going on with the FUD articles to keep as much people away from GameStop stock because
maybe he just disagrees with you. Have you considered that other people can disagree with you and express those disagreements and you shouldn't be a little bitch about it?
Funds are already screwed. There was tons of people in short positions when GameStop was at $10, when AMC was at $3. These people basically are liquidated. These people are going bankrupt, and they deserve it. They had it freaking coming. These sick bastards are gonna get a taste of their own medicine.
These sick bastards. Jitara says, for popcorn, also chat, if y'all want to make at-home movie theater popcorn, use clarified butter, ghee, and either cook the kernels over stovetop in coconut oil, or use an air popper. Use Flavacol seasoning along with your favorite seasonings.
Now they are locked in with the Bulls, and we're not freaking selling. This guy said, AMC, get ready for a run to double digits very soon. Ignore the Bears. They just reconstructed the debt. They will not go bankrupt all the way until 2030, guaranteed. Do we really expect that people will simply stop going to movie theaters? This is so insanely undervalued at the moment, and we should be trading at $50 right now as it stands.
$50? What are you talking about? That would be like 10 times higher what it is currently. What?
At double digits minimum. So none of this is financial advice. I'm not telling anyone to buy, sell, or hold. When it comes to AMC and GameStop, it's
however, if you don't, you're a bastard.
Extremely risky. But we just saw AMC jump from $2.90 all the way to $13.50, guys. It has a lot more room to go up than to go down from where it's trading at right now.
It's at $4. It can't go down that much more. Look at how many numbers are above 4. That's a strategy.
I have loaded up over $20,000 all into AMC stock, and right now I am still holding some GameStop call options. I basically have almost all my money right now spread between AMC and GME, mostly AMC stock, because I do believe that AMC is just extremely—
That's not good.
Extremely undervalued. I've been investing in AMC since before the split, so once I saw AMC crash basically 90% after this reverse split, I've just been looking at AMC as a value investment because it's extremely undervalued. It is basically trading at 50 cents before the split. It just doesn't make sense. And with Q2 earnings coming up this Friday, really anything could happen. But that is going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did make it to the end of the video and you haven't subscribed yet, what the heck are you guys doing? Make sure to go down and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think is going to happen to AMC stock for Q2 earnings coming up this Friday. I would not doubt if we do drop back below $5, just going based off what—
I thought it actually went up slightly. I thought the earnings were better than expected. Take a look. Oh no, it dropped. Never mind, I thought it went up on earnings. It did not. My bad.
what's happened the—
That wasn't even a joke, not trying to be a bitch. Just genuinely thought it went up. Killjoy says, what's crazy is that these people literally had a second chance to either make money or at least cut losses and they didn't take it. That's the thing with the sunk cost fallacy. Even when you kind of break even, you're like, well, I might still make money if I just hold steady.
past couple of earnings, it is very possible.
Yeah, movie budgets are out of control.
At the same time, we can break the cycle.
The new next Avengers movies with like Robert Downey Jr.'s paycheck alone is supposed to be over like $80 million. The budget on the next Avengers movies are going to be ridiculous. It's going to be like $400 million, $500 million per movie before advertising expenses. It's going to be ridiculous. They better hope those things are hits or Marvel is done for the time being.
With this news of the debt restructure, we haven't had news like this ever, so I know Adam Aaron is going to go more into detail.
Which frankly, I don't even think it would necessarily be a bad thing to either just cool it with the Marvel movies for a while or do a hard reboot.
With the earnings coming,
I think Robert Downey Jr. coming back just looks so desperate. And I like the Marvel movies. And Robert Downey Jr., I don't think he'd make a bad Doctor Doom, but like he was already Iron Man and they're clearly bringing him back because they're so fucking desperate. And if they make him a Tony Stark variant, I'm going to be pissed off because Doctor Doom is a good character in his own right, and he doesn't deserve to be, like, turned into some fucking Tony Stark ripoff.
Coming up this Friday, and it is just going to be huge for AMC. But
for those who didn't hear it, Robert Downey Jr. got cast as Doctor Doom.
I will keep you guys updated on what happens with AMC and GME stocks, so make sure to stay tuned on my channel. And I'll catch you guys in my next video. As y'all know, I'm buying the dip.
Here we go. Hey, if it's constantly down, is that a dip or is it just a bad investment? Just curious. Well, the PP show's live. Gotta love the PP show. Alright, let's see who we're gonna rate on Twitch, because I'm very tired and I need to take a shower because I feel disgusting. I've been sweating in this judge robe since we started. Yep, that sealed in the smell. That was disgusting, I'm sorry. I gotta go shower. Alright, we'll rate
Like that thing you did on.
Although if you like girl stink, good shit. Sorry, that was disgusting. Hannah regrets what she just said on the bingo card. I'll see you Sunday, most likely. Bye, everyone. See you soon. Thanks for hanging out and talking about my weird obsession. Bye, everyone.